In a bleak and dismal swamp, hidden beneath its murky waters, lies the headquarters of the most sinister villains of all time. The Legion of Doom.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey.
Why am I a special guest?
Because this is my bachelor party.
Okay.
The song wasn't long enough to do with regular guest Jordan and special guests.
This is how he's getting you slowly off the show. It's
I
just now
know.
you've been relegated.
Change the name back to
beginning of
what it
the
used
end.
to be.
But the beginning of the end started a long time ago when Jake just started pulling you off the
with all
channel.
the comments.
Oh yeah. since day one. He goes,
So
yeah,
we
my
already-
channel.
We got Cycle in the earlier today saying, "What is this?" in all caps, and then saying he's going to be 3 shots deep into Maker's Mark. So, heck yeah. I feel like it was hard because I wanted to buy like a bachelor party like themed thing, but they're all about like getting drunk and I'm sober, or like there was a sash that said like something inappropriate, and my fiance didn't let me get that. So they were all either gratuitous for YouTube or about drinking, and I don't drink.
Yeah.
So
The sash would have been killer. I
Yeah,
what's
can we
up?
get-
got
can we get hints?
Seattle.
Of what it is or what it said.
Yeah, I'll say it because I won't
one
monetize this.
something for life.
It's what did
You
it say?
do
Like
get
1
TR.
click for life or something.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, and also Chris vetoed. I sent it in the Jabroni's chat. Chris vetoed the one that said it was like a bride holding a leash on like a groom on all fours, and it said "game over." He Chris vetoed that one.
I thought that was just your average everyday wear.
I'm just trying to
but-
say. I'm just trying to save you the questions later on for those that watch. So those that watch it, what happened?
Yeah. No, this is. I'm not. I definitely like. I feel like a lot of the shirts were like, "Oh well, my life's over now," and it's like I get that they're joking, but I'm excited to get married. You know,
As you
It'll
should
be-
be.
Yes.
it should be fun. I
Get
think,
out
right?
while you can. What? I didn't say that. I haven't been married for like 10 years. I don't know anything about that.
You take the what was it, the old school thing with Vince Vaughn saying "real smart, good job." You
Dude,
know? Do I look happy?
What I have
looking,
found is
watching,
just, like,
judging.
The height of boomer comedy is like husbands hate their wives. That's like you want to get a
Oh,
boomer
yeah.
to laugh. It's complain about your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't know what was going on in like the
Every sitcom back in the day, pretty much.
yeah, just
Right? It's
I'm gonna threaten
it's
you with
like-
domestic violence. Ha!
It's
so
the grossest
good.
guy in the world, and then the hottest out of his league girl that does everything around the house. Yet, like her only joke is that she's a wet blanket. Like I remember when I did that TikTok where Jess catches me quadruple dipping into a book. Like there was a lot of comments that were like, "Dump her and get someone that understands you," and I was like, we share money. She let me buy all of those books. Like you know what I mean? Like
She let you? I thought you won them as gifts.
yeah, they were giveaways. They're all organic price books commission.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through some of the comments to throw them up real quick.
Thank you
They're
so
nice.
much. And then hello friend. I think she watched my last stream where I was just gonna read a book on stream until Grayson got on top of the bookshelf and just dive bombed down below. And then I had to take every book off my bookshelf to get him out.
Kamikaze Kitty.
I loved it.
Congratulations on 24 years married.
Yeah, wow. Holy moly.
That is a lot.
Not just
Dang.
that, but you,
That's-
Sato, you also have some big news with your kids.
Ooh,
I'm not trying to blow up his spot if he's not putting it out there, but Sato's got a lot to celebrate. He's living a good life right now.
Congratulations, whatever that is.
Congrats, man. You've been married as long as I've been alive. I hope I made everybody feel old.
Do you guys have any recent hauls to show off or recent books that you've
Plenty.
Yeah, too many.
Yeah.
I only have
Also-
3 here, but I
That's
have,
okay. 3 is good.
I will go grab a few.
I have, I think 6 collected editions, and then like a stack of floppies I picked up today.
Okay, we'll let Illuminati go first if you're ready, man.
the big boy.
Oh yes.
Ooh. That book sold out quickly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
at
want to give
least
a quick
the
shout out to
standard-
the Comic Book Report. Congratulations on his big life event, and you're here in spirit, buddy. Thank you for checking in.
miss you, man.
Oh,
I
that
miss you
mortal.
today.
Ah, that's another one I want.
Nice. I
Yeah,
should get the
actually,
absolutes, right? Like, I feel like I need them.
I have the first half of them as trades.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you feel about Cliff Chang's art. I mean, if it's up your alley, then the absolute's definitely the way to go. But it's a subjective thing, and then
Nice. I have that one as well. Have you read you read some of the Batman stuff, right?
Yeah, I almost passed on the Omni because I'm actually not a huge fan of Tomasi's Detective Comics run, but I like Peter Tomasi, period. So anything with his name on it, I'm probably gonna pick up, even though I don't like it.
Was that the only Tomasi omnibus you got recently?
No, it is not.
Okay,
That's
I feel
the
like that's,
nail. That's the one I'm through the moon for. I cannot wait for that to come in.
I shall go next. So this is from my friend Bunk. He recommended Superman Red and Blue.
Oh, you're gonna love
started reading it and it was kind of sad. Like some of the stories are a little heavy.
Yeah, and some of them will be amazing and uplifting.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just like
and that's-
life. Just like
And
life.
then this was what I read today, Batman Volume 2 by Zdarsky. So I didn't like it as much as Volume 1, but I did really like it. There were some great moments.
Did you finish that completely?
I did. I finished that
Yeah.
today.
He's caught up to current Batman.
I got Batman versus Robin, which is a little bit older, but I haven't shown it off yet. That's related to the world's finest stuff. Bunk will be excited for this one. I got 4 kids walk into a bank.
I want that.
One of my absolute favorites. That's so good.
I thought about getting the hardback, but it was like next day delivery on Amazon. So sometimes what I'll do is like, if I want a book that's like really cheap or like it's like cheaper, I'll be like, "Hey Jess, I see this in your Amazon wish list. Can I buy you it?" And she's like, "Sure." And then I'll sneak the comic book into. I got my first Turtles book besides Batman Turtles. I got The Last Ronin.
Beautiful. Such a good story.
After the video game announcement, I thought I should read it. This one is a blind buy for me. Monkey Prince. I don't know much about it, but I know that Volume 2 will tie into this book.
Yeah.
So Volume 2 comes out any day now. It might have already come out or it's next week.
Have
And
you
then
read anything sorry, just on
Yeah,
Monkey
go.
Prince real quick. Have you read anything by Gene Luen Yang yet?
I have not. So
Okay. He's the writer on that. He did Dragon Hoops, which is an excellent graphic memoir. He's super good. You'll be into it.
And then lastly, I have Green Lantern Corps. Green Lantern Corps. So I have read the Jeff Johns Omnis, but I've read none of this stuff except, for the double dipping stuff. But I'm very excited to dive into this. And it looks so great on the shelf next to the other books.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did great with those.
And Organic Price Books threw in a couple Green Lantern or White Lantern and Black Lantern rings. Speaking of which, guys, if you're buying 1 or 2 books, you can save $2 on OPB with code Braveboys. Or if you're buying 3 or more, save 5% with Braveboyssit. Was that a good segue into that?
My
It was.
Very good. Excellent.
Okay.
So lame.
And then who wants to go next? I know, Bunk, I know we don't have you for long because you just came back from a trip, so feel free to.
Yeah, show
Actually,
off your.
I cleared it out. My wife was super happy to have an early night in bed. So this is my evening, gentlemen.
Heck yeah, we love it.
Nice.
I love your shirt though. It looks like you're still on vacation.
You know what, Bunk? We're ready to see your original art that you picked up.
I did have.
Oh my god, I hate that shirt. I'm gonna send you a new shirt, dude. I hate how that shirt looks. The logo is so messed up.
But yeah, I was deciding. I was like, oh, do I do the gratuitous thing and wear my the Brave and the Boys, or do I celebrate? Because this is a bachelor party, guys. So I figured throw on a party shirt, get it going. That was the real way to keep the spirit going here.
Nice. I also noticed that Jordan and Illuminati aren't wearing their Brave and the Boys shirts, so that's noted.
I'm actually wearing a similar shirt to Chris. I'm wearing the brand new OPB crew shirt.
Oh, show it off.
Well, he's wearing the colored one. I'm wearing the...
He's wearing I call it the bouncer shirt.
I do like the bouncer shirt.
I do like the bouncer shirt also.
Okay, can we talk about Mitch getting all of us V-necks when he was the only one that wanted V-necks?
I was a little thing. I didn't know Mitch spoke for all of us, but...
Yeah, I was pretty surprised to open that up and see the V-neck. I was like, oh, all right. That's cool.
I don't own any V-necks, but here, we'll start it as a first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also a free shirt, so thank you so much, JP, for that. But I also, wish it wasn't a V-neck. What's up, new Spooey? What did Bunk read on vacation? Well, he has a video talking about what he will read. I wonder how many of them he actually did read.
You can find out on Monday.
There you go.
Oh,
that
channel link down below.
I don't think James has made it over from Omnidogs yet, so it'll take a second to get there.
Yeah.
You're doing great with the segues, Jake. That was a great segue also.
Thank you. I'm a professional.
Segway king, I swear.
You probably didn't read anything.
Some predictions from the comments.
Maybe, James. You'll have to find out on Monday.
I would love it if you had a full 15-minute long video where you're like, hey guys, you want to hear about my trip and what I read? I didn't read anything, but let me just tell you about my trip.
It's a 2-hour show of just everything else but what you read.
Honestly, most of the B-roll for it is just me going on a hike and just because I went to I visit my parents in Vermont, and so it's like, here's all the stuff I read, and I'm gonna shoot some actual B-roll of the books. But I haven't decided do I put that up in the corner? It's like, you can look at those little here, but look how pretty this is. Or I'm like, oh, people are here to look at comics. I haven't quite decided which one I'm doing.
Well, I'm sure it'll be great, man, but it'll have a terrible thumbnail.
Oh, it definitely will. YouTube would be so much better if not for the thumbnails.
All right, Bunk, we're ready for what you picked up recently and all your new original pieces.
It's going to be the best original art piece.
So I actually don't have any new pieces to show off right now because I just put in an order today. I won a number of giveaways.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
From one of my absolute favorite series this year. Did any of you guys read 20th Century Men? Came out from Image. No. Dennis Camp was the writer. Jake, I'm sorry. We have to cut this bachelor party short.
Bunk has a very refined taste. So he's always like, have you read this amazing, exquisite piece of art? And I'm like, no, but have you read Nightwing?
It is probably I think the finest book that came out this year. And it is excellent. It's about it's sort of a retelling of the Soviet Union USA proxy war in Vietnam, as told as if the world superpowers were led by superpower figures, and excellent. And it's the staging ground in Afghanistan, really, while all of that is going on. But the art is absolutely beautiful. I was waiting on that, so I put that in so I don't have that to show off. So instead of showing a haul, I figure...
Tyler.
Thank you. Tyler knows what's up.
And to answer Spooey's question really fast, we haven't got to that yet. We're doing hauls or recent pickups.
But since I didn't have a book to show off, I figure I might use my time here to bring back one of my favorite The Brave and the Boys tradition of buying books on stream.
Yes, I love it.
Celebrate.
So you guys, for anyone who remembers the old live stream days, the old, the Brave and the Boys podcast days, might remember when it wouldn't be a stream without Jake and Jordan actually putting in an order and making them do that. And I figured this would be the time to do it. So I have a tab open to Organic Price Books, and I need to put in my pre-order for the Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers deluxe edition that's coming out in November. So I figure I might.
I hate you.
What if you can save $2 on that order?
Well, that would be fantastic. But does anyone have anything I should? Is there a way to do that? To the whole everybody here, is there a way that I could save $2 on my order of one
Okay.
book or 5% on my
I
order of
feel
3 or
like
more?
he's not even ordering a book. He's just setting me up for a commercial. And that is a fucking friend right there. He's just pretending. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm ordering a book. What's that code? Let's spell it out letter by letter.
That's significantly better than me, where I just forget to even say it in some videos. So
I know. I wait for it. I'll watch Jordan's videos and I'm like, does he even care that I get commission?
you,
Brave Boys. Now let me try and apply that code and see what happens. What? The pre-order price went from $58 to $56? This is amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
I'm
amazing.
Not
it's
gonna
going to
send that to
Mitch?
BJ
What?
Kicks. No, actually, legit. I sent a book to BJ Kicks, and so the most recent address I have in here is to him in Raleigh, North Carolina. So we're definitely not doing that. So yeah. So my haul time is literally just me bringing this back, ordering this using your guys' code, which I told you once you got that code and the listing went live, I was going to do
I
that.
can't wait
So-
to get the email that says you got a new commission order, and then tomorrow Bunk cancels the order and it says commission order updated $0.
And then
feel like my
immediately I go
last-
back and use OmniDog's code.
Yeah.
yeah,
Omnidog-
Negative commission now.
you can use code OmniDog for.
No,
Oh,
you can use Illuminati's or Chris's code, but only the people that are here. Chris, you had some books to show off.
Yeah, I'll start off with what you just recently showed up. I also got Green Lantern Corps.
Chris is my Newman because he lives closer to OPB, so like I'll always have like the book in shipment, and he'll be like, "Look what just arrived," and I'm like 2 or 3 days out, and I'm like,
You're just
"Arr!"
on the window of this wall.
Yeah.
Pick this up.
Oh,
All these are
Rowan.
from OPB. Superman.
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite Deluxe Edition.
Nice.
So
That's
Must be a good one.
Darwin Cook in his rare time just writing and
Mhm.
not doing the
Okay,
the great
wrong
things.
code, Nico. Boot him out,
There you
chat.
Find a
That's
good-
Tim Sale, right?
Yeah, Tim Sale
Yes.
art.
Yeah.
So
That's wow, that's awesome. I haven't read that before.
it was a
Good
weird
stuff.
because I remember I collected this in singles and it went for 5 issues and then they never concluded it until issue 11.
Yeah,
So
it's in my stack of shame to read.
Also picked up Predator, the original years, volume 1.
Nice. Dude,
Fully
that
partial.
Predator versus Wolverine thing coming out soon looks
Oh
so
my God,
cool.
Yeah,
that's
so
perfect.
awesome.
Mhm.
Absolutely perfect. And then picked this up off of eBay for a sweet
Oh,
$70.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
Yep. So
have you started reading that yet?
I have not. It is on next. I was doing some catch up today on stuff, so this is next up on the list.
Curious how that is.
Shouts
I
out
love
to
Scotty Young's art, so that alone.
Spooey got a pretty good haul. He got Absolute Dark Knight Master Race. Okay, New Frontier. That's the Absolute Edition. Awesome. Swamp Thing Volume 2. Swamp Thing New 52. Deluxe All-Star Superman, which Bunk hates. And Deluxe Justice. Okay. Low Volume 2. And that's awesome, man. And then, Jordan, you got anything to show off?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I didn't
Too many.
pre-stack my
Nothing.
stuff before. I'll put these here. I'll save those for the end.
I got the email, dear the Brave and the Boys. You got a new referral order.
I was just snipping the order confirmation, but yours was even faster. So yeah, so at
All
least until this stream's going on, I won't cancel it and resend it.
Yeah.
Darn you!
All right.
Oh, classic segue to the mug. That was classy. Okay,
You
Jordan.
can
let's see
pick
what-
up
let's
your
see what you
merch
got.
at.
We don't sell that mug.
I know we don't.
So where can I buy that mug?
Yeah.
You PayPal my girlfriend $20 and we'll ship it out.
We have competing merch channels now. Nice. His girlfriend's gonna come over and help my fiance, make shirts for our honeymoon. Because she was like looking at all these like bride and groom shirts, and she's like, "We need one for each day." And I was like, "Do we?" Like,
Each day.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm never been a fan of matching T-shirts
yeah.
on a trip. just,
Unless we're all matching Jabronis t-shirts.
That's true, but we're not on a trip together and looking kind of strange. So.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys aren't all just showing up in Hawaii in a few weeks?
I thought that
I
was
would
the
love
plan.
to do that.
I thought Jake said he was gonna fly each of us out individually, and
Oh,
we
I
just
do
meet up,
remember getting that itinerary email.
right? All right. I'm ready to show what I got. I'll try to be fast. I have a few. All right.
yeah.
Number
You don't gotta
one.
go every individual single issue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scroll through
Oh.
those. Number 1, Golden Child Deluxe for a video. I have the single. I don't know why.
Jordan is a
thought I was required.
Frank Miller
You're-
apologist. He loves everything
Oh.
Frank Miller, like even the books that
Oh,
suck.
we're about to get
you're a
into it right now.
completionist.
Batman Spawn. Why? Again, for a video. Stay
Right.
tuned for that one in about a month. Number 3. Oh, Superman Year 1. Boy, do I have thoughts. If you haven't read
book
it,
that-
We all have
synopsis.
thoughts
The
on
book that
We
takes
all have a
place
lot of
over a
thoughts.
year.
Yeah,
The book that
yeah.
the book that
One
says it's 1
year.
year, but it's multiple years.
Quick synopsis: Superman bangs a mermaid. All right, next one is the actual good book.
That's what he
We
took away.
got, we got Wonder Woman Historia, which still sealed. Need to read it. I've realized I bought every book for Jess's book club, but have not read a single one of them yet. So
I'm worried. Don't put that next to the Frank Miller stuff. I'm worried about what's going to happen to it next to the Frank Miller stuff. I'm really
Oh
worried
gosh,
about
keep
that.
that Wonder Woman away from that Superman.
she just called a man a sperm bank. Hold on, let me see. All right, this one's a
Stewie,
pick
that is
Jake-
entirely too much of that book.
It
Yeah.
truly is, and I hope it's the last third. Next one, Jake recommended for me to pick this up, so I did. Murder Falcon
Oh.
Deluxe Edition.
There you go.
You can
Yeah,
Now
right.
actually
you're moving
see
up in the class. Start with Astoria, then
you can
keep
actually
moving
see
up.
Murph if you look real close up above me in the World of Daniel Warren Johnson print that always lives above my head.
That's approval.
I want to get a Murder Falcon tattoo so badly.
Get
Like,
it.
I just feel
No
like that'd
balls.
be so cool.
all over your back, just like.
Yeah.
ugh.
Ooh, actually, if you got the Daniel Warren Johnson original piece that Bunk has above his head as a back tattoo, now that would be.
I already have a back tattoo or a
How about
spine
this?
tattoo.
Can you get Daniel Warren Johnson to do the tattoo on your back?
There it
There
is.
you go.
We figured it out.
That's it. That's for
I
a
mean,
million
I'm sure
subs,
Bunk-
right?
I'm sure
actually be
Bunk
open
could
to
reach
that
out to
idea.
someone who knows him. Just
I-
have your best friend Ben Temple-Smith reach out to him.
I mean, I like if you want, I could talk to him. Like he does Friday streams. Like he's it's not hard to get a hold of.
I want to see what he comes
know
up
where
with
he
for
is
a
every
tattoo
Friday night.
commission.
For my one omnibus on here. Ugh. Finally picked this guy up that I've
There
been
you go.
wanting since like the second or third printing. But got it for free technically with credit card points, which those were free. Okay. Those are all the big books. Just because I bought
Chris
these
had too
today,
much faith in-
individuals.
Chris had
Go
too
for it,
much
Jake.
faith in me last time we were on his podcast because he asked me a question about Death and Return of Superman, and I was like, I own it, but I haven't read it yet.
So young, so young.
I've actually read the main story, but I'm ready to read all of it. Okay.
Spoiler alert.
I've seen
I
like
think he dies.
I think so.
And then
seen, like,
returns.
6
Sandy
movies of it.
Return.
And he returns. Yeah.
Whoa, okay, now I can't even read
And
it.
sometimes he's blue.
Bam. See, Brave and the Boys issue 4. Okay. Night Terrors issue 3. I didn't pick up issue 4 because my shop didn't have it for some reason.
That was a pretty dope cover on that
Right?
Yeah.
that night. Is that a variant? Because that looks like
Yes.
that's a virgin. Nice. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So it's
psychedelic for
a
a Night
Virgin
Terror.
variant alternative cover, which has a lot of words. Okay. We got Harley Quinn. Was it Night Terror issue 2, which finishes out because that's all the side stories that I was gonna buy. And there's a new series I started picking up. I always mispronounce it.
Tenement.
Tenement. Thank you, Jake. Tenement issue number 3. It is written by Jeff Lemire, which
Ooh,
There you go.
is trippy as fuck. Amazing Spider-Man number 32, which
Oh
I
god,
haven't
now we're
read
back
an
to
issue
bad
since
books.
21. Oh,
You
talking
got
about
so
bad
much
books.
clout from us with some of your books.
Talking about bad books, I had to pick this one up just because of the cover alone. Gangster Bad.
That
I
feels
thought you said we were
illegal. I
talking
don't think
about
that
bad
book was-
books. That book looks awesome.
That
I-
cover is something else.
It's all hand-drawn art, which it's like you just cut it out, photocopied it, and that's the entire internals of it. Yeah, it's a book.
It's a book.
It actually sounds interesting.
Yeah, you should pick it up at your local retailer, maybe. I doubt it's widespread, but sure.
You go to there. Can I get that gangster bat? What are you talking about?
I feel like gangster bat's gonna end up being the secret slur, and you're gonna like go to your guy and be like, "Hey, you got that gangster bat?" And he's gonna be like, "What did you say to
Well,
me?"
You can't say that word.
We don't
It's
use
horrible.
that word anymore. Stop it.
And
a
that was
yesterday
it.
word.
That's everything I've picked up. So
Solid grab.
I love it. Also, by the time I got around to reading it, the name was dropped to Manslaughter Falcon.
Dun-dun-ch.
Spooey coming through again.
Jordan's not active on that Discord either. He joins groups and then never contributes.
Hey, I'll randomly join in for like 1 hour of a certain day of a certain month. So I don't know. I very rarely go on Discord right now.
What have you guys been reading lately? Anything exciting?
I've been making through everything by Remender in my collection, so I've read a lot of his stuff so far. But I'm doing a reread of Hawkeye by Fraction right now.
So good.
I can't wait for that reprint to come out. I really want to read that.
Yeah, it's one of those that as soon as I started reading it, I remembered just why it was so great. Like the first issue alone just pulls you in right away.
Did you read any of the other stuff that came after, either with like the Lemire or the Kelly Thompson stuff?
I read it. I feel like some of the Lemire stuff, but not really. I'm not a huge Hawkeye fan, so
You can skip it if you haven't.
yeah.
The first arc that comes after is okay. The Old Man Hawkeye that comes after that is terrible.
Yeah,
And I say that as
Hawkeye-
a Hawkeye and a Lemire fan, so like I was all on board for it, and it was like, oh, this is bad.
fell off. Yeah.
What happened?
Dang.
Yeah. Today I read Superman Up in the Sky.
Oh,
phenomenal
love
book.
that. That's like one of my all-time favorites.
I like Woman of Tomorrow a lot better though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. After I did your podcast, I was telling my fiance about it, and she was like, "Oh, let me read it." And she started reading it. And she's like, just like it was too much prose for her. So I was like, "I'll read it to you," which we've never done before, but it's been kind of fun to like, because I'll try to do the voices and stuff. But Jesus, that book has a lot of prose. Like, I'm like, it's like takes me like to get through a whole chapter. I'm so winded by the end of the issue. Like,
Can we hear your Doomsday voice?
Doomsday's not in that book.
Yeah, he is.
In
Up in
Woman
the
of
Sky?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, Up in the Sky.
Oh no,
there's a
we're
bad-
doing Woman of Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Can you give us your Crim of the Yellow Hills voice?
Crim of the Yellow Hills.
Oh, so menacing.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
we
I
had
need
to do
revenge
that
on him.
On the recording, every time we said his name, we had to say it exactly like that. And we're not.
I know, in the beginning, he kept saying like, "Oh yeah, her father's assassin," and I was like, "No, you gotta say Crim of the Yellow Hills."
That's what we did. Crim of the Yellow Hills. I read Infamous Iron Man. I got through did a reread. I'm starting to do a reread of Brubaker stuff, so I just did the reread the deluxe edition of Criminal Volume 1 and Books of Doom, and then finished my very first manga, Berserk.
Ooh, how did you like Berserk?
I liked it. I've like I said, never read a manga. I've read like manga light, certain books like that, but this is my first true one. And yeah, violent is one way to uber violent is one way to describe it. But it was very quick to get through just because of how amazing the action beats are. So
Yeah,
Manga
it
is-
slows down a lot and gets really, really deep in the like volumes to come, especially
I'll
like
take that.
2 and 3.
Did you make it through to the Golden Age arc, or did you read like Deluxe Volume 1 when it's like him versus Nosferatu Zod, and then you see the whole thing?
I did the deluxe volume 1. So
Yeah, it's about to be like very different feeling
Okay.
and be like that for a while,
Oh,
but in a good way.
We got a friend here,
Hey,
hey,
how are you guys doing?
dude. We're
Good.
doing
We got
good.
Omar
We're just-
Gold blooming right now. I like that.
I am up on my couch, away from my workspace. So
Also, much better picture quality than your stream this morning.
thank you. It's
Is
my
that
new
a
laptop.
compliment?
My new laptop. So congratulations. This is your bachelor party? This is what you decide to do?
Okay, I'm gonna have so me and my fiance are eloping to Hawaii. I didn't have time to plan an actual in-person bachelor party before I get married. I'm gonna do one afterwards in October before our reception, but I did want to
Like
have
a real
an online
one.
Yeah.
So this is the
Okay.
work one, and then
I
the
have
real
friends
one
in
is
real
being-
life, I swear.
The real one is being
No,
planned by
I
me.
believe you, right, Jordan? He's got real friends,
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah, he added like 3 people to a group chat and said bachelor party.
Well, congratulations, man. I think I've said that before. Yeah, you were on a live stream with me, right? And I said
Yeah,
congratulations.
it was like the morning. It was kind of funny because it was the morning after we got engaged, and for some reason her parents stopped by, but we hadn't told them yet, and she felt weird telling them alone. So I was upstairs on your stream, and she's like hiding the ring and acting like everything's fine and normal downstairs. And then after your stream, we left and told them that we got engaged,
Which
and there was
that
nice
was
results.
that was a fun time because I get to conversate with Jake's mother-in-law. So that was weird.
Yeah, Jordan was downstairs with his girlfriend. They got a little drunk
Oh,
the
okay.
night of our engagement and slept over.
Jordan and your mother-in-law got a little drunk.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
No, the mother-in-law
You're
showed up the
really
next
good
morning.
friends. That's awesome. Okay.
I think I saw that video actually. Wasn't where I expected it to be.
That's the Braveboys After Dark stream, you know.
That's for the Patreon users. So
No, I've met everybody here, but Illuminerdi. So hey, man, it's nice to meet you.
Nice
I
to
know
meet
you put
you.
out videos before. Tyler, right? Tyler?
Yes.
God, why did I even ask like that? I'm sorry. Yeah, man, it's nice to meet you. And I've hung out with Chris before, physically.
Yeah.
In Charlotte,
Ooh,
right?
is it
Yeah.
Is it
he's
Charlotte?
down.
something going on between you guys? Something we should know
I
about?
bought him pizza. That's it.
Oh,
I bought him
And
pizza. That's
the-
it.
And the three of us got to the bottom of the 0-hour crisis solicitation conundrum. You know, we're doing the good
Oh
work.
yeah. Oh, I'm sure that will be fun when it comes out finally, and something will be messed up in it. I'm sure.
You know,
This is
double
one of
guess
the
we'll see.
craziest crossovers. I came up with like 6 different thumbnails and I couldn't find one that fit, but I like the one of the Power Rangers shaking the turtles' hands. That was one of the ones I floated. If you guys have
As
seen that
someone who's
crossover.
Oh,
on
from
Power
the
Rangers and-
Saban
Power
era,
Rangers in
right?
space, yeah. With
Yeah, Eastman and Laird hated that series because they were always against a 5th turtle. Like they always hated the idea of a 5th turtle. And part of I think part of the deal was that as long as it was Eastman and Laird, there was never going to be a 5th turtle. And then I think when Eastman bought Laird out, well, do y'all read the TMNT IDW series?
Yeah, then we get
I
Turtle.
bought Last Ronin. That's the closest I've come.
Yeah,
This
that's good. I like that one.
But I haven't read any turtles yet.
yeah.
So what are you guys
Jake also
talking
has-
about?
Okay, so we just went through and did our recent hauls.
Mhm.
And then I had a couple questions, so that I thought would be fun to
Okay.
like things that we could vote on. So like, what is like the worst book or superhero film that people think is bad that you love? So for Omar, it would be Year 2, famously.
Oh my
No.
God.
There's lots more people that love Year 2 more than The Crossing.
There are dozens of us.
But Avengers:
So-
The Crossing, I think, is regarded as probably the worst Avengers story, the worst Iron Man story. But I think there's a lot of good in there. It's Dan Abnett, Andy Lanning writing a lot of those ForceWorks issues. Jim Chung, like a real young Jimmy Chung, drawing a lot of Iron Man, and there's some good in there. Freaking Bendis did the same thing in New Avengers, and nobody batted an eye. Like the exact same plot. Oh, this superhero was always a supervillain, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, this guy's a genius." They did it in freaking The Crossing, and everybody was like, "I hate Marvel Comics so much. They're so stupid."
I think Jordan's would probably be, is it All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder or Dark Knight Returns 2? He loves those books.
Do you really like All-Star Batman? Or is it because it's so bad that you just love it, or you genuinely like it?
I have a video coming out on my takes on all of this eventually in
Mhm.
about a month. So, super short version of it. It's so bad that it's good.
Yeah, I can see that.
I love to laugh at it.
Well, there you go. You got that.
I quote it all the time around my kids.
What, you just yelling like, "Are you dense, boy?"
Yes, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Of course, I used to censor myself. Now that they're
Yeah,
teens
now those
and
words you
whatever,
can't-
I don't.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Do you call them all soldier?
So good.
I may leave out some words.
You
This
do
was a
feed your
recent
kids,
read,
right? You
so-
don't just make them hunt for rats. Like, you feed them,
No.
right?
No.
You don't parent like
Not that
Batman in that
awful.
book.
Not like
I'm
I
not that
did.
awful.
You volunteered for
Jor-
that, sir.
Jordan kind of screwed me on that. I had never read Dark Knight Returns before, and so I finally borrowed his Absolute to read it, and it was as good as everyone said, better than the animated movie. And I was like, wow, there's still like half a book left. And Jordan just says, keep
Oh.
reading, man. It gets better.
Jordan is a
Did
horrible
not.
friend.
Yeah.
No,
it's
you,
so
you want to
good.
read it. It. Trust me, get to that last issue. That's when it really starts coming together.
Oh yeah, that's cemented with the mutant children and the. I can't even-
The fact that they paid Frank Miller $1 million to come out of retirement to do that book still trips me out.
The
Like, no
worst
one
part
in
is-
comic book history has ever had that. Like, well, now, yes, that's happened. But to get paid that much money was so ridiculous back then. And when it came out,
I don't know if Strikes Again is worse than All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder, or vice versa. I can't.
At
It's
least
hard.
Strikes Again finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did it?
At the very least, I prefer the artwork in All Star.
You know what? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
true.
it. That sold me on it. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's
Jim
a
Lee
good
art.
point. That's a good point.
That Jim Lee art is phenomenal. But I don't know. It's kind of like do you guys know the studio Trauma? They make like B-rated, intentional B-rated movies.
You say trauma?
Trauma, yeah. It's like a
Yeah.
big toxic adventure,
Mhm.
a toxic Avenger, and all that. That's what the book feels like. Like it's intentionally bad.
I have a funny story about that.
Ooh,
About
let's hear
trauma.
it.
Do you?
So I used to travel a lot for work, and I would fly about 2 or 3 times a month just to go to like across the U.S., sometimes Canada or Mexico. One time I was flying back from California, and I was sitting next to somebody, and I'm like, man, this guy looks really familiar, and I couldn't remember who it was, and I do not pay for internet on the plane because I'm just that cheap. And I'm like, who is this guy? And he was nice. He looked at me and we were like, hey, where are you heading to? And I'm like, Kentucky. And I think he was heading, like there was a connecting flight somewhere. But it was Lloyd Kaufman. And I didn't realize who it was until we had landed. And I'm like, oh man, it's Lloyd Kaufman. Damn it. I should have said something, but I couldn't remember his name. Like, hey, you look like somebody famous. Never really, just, yeah, that would have been bad. So I didn't say anything. I just
Wow.
sat next to the plane with that guy. And I love his movies. I love trauma movies, man. They're so ridiculous.
They're phenomenal.
So I had a few other like voting questions, but it's a little hard with because I feel like Omar's collection dwarfs ours, but it would be like who has the most like absolutes in their collection or who has the most unread books, so we would vote. So
Who has the most unread books?
It's
Like
probably
Yes.
Omar.
By percentage or total
Absolutely.
numbers?
Okay, there we go. By
I think
percentage.
even with numbers, Omar probably beats us all with how much
Yeah.
you actually read.
Yeah.
I'm going
Um,
blind with how much I read.
what was the most recent thing that you've read?
I just finished reading the last issue of Sandman Overture? Yeah, Overture. Well, they just came out in Absolute to do an
nice.
overview. God, I love that art. Did everybody answer what the favorite horrible story is? Because I'm curious what Tyler's and Ben's are and Chris's, just so I can make fun of them.
So I was looking through my comic collection to try and find what my my trigger comic was. I don't have a good comic one, but especially going off of that what we were talking about before with the Power Rangers and Turtles crossover, I will go to bat for Turtles 3 forever when they
Oh,
go
you're-
back in
oh,
Japan.
God.
Oh, good.
No,
They have the
that
stupid
was
lantern
awful.
and they have the really low budget turtle costumes there.
Yes.
But dude,
No.
as a kid,
So
that
bad.
was amazing because it was like my introduction to samurai movies. It was the turtles, which I love. It was like, you know, Usagi before Usagi was a thing I
Wait,
knew
did you
about.
just
Like,
come- did you
No.
just bring
no,
up
I'm
Usagi
saying like
with-
it's baby's first Usagi.
Because there's
Boy,
Japanese people in there, Ben. There's
No,
nothing in
because
the
it's animals who are samurai, and they are fighting other, you know, samurai and everything
Was
like
it your
that.
first Turtles movie you saw in the theater?
No, I had
Oh.
seen one. I loved it. I saw Secret of the Ooze. You know, talking
Mhm.
Razor. You know, even as a kid, I was like, I'm not sure on this. But 3,
Yeah,
like,
so for the third
I-
one, you were like the rest of us. Here comes Rocksteady and Bebop. Here comes all the Triceraton army. And what we got were 2 American dudes teaming up with a
Yeah.
Japanese guy.
yeah, and you know, they Leo cuts the bell and it like drops down. That's how they defeat the villain. Like, I will go to bat for that
Classic.
movie. It's
God bless you. Wow.
terrible. I realize
he's
but I
selling
love
it though, because I feel like I need to watch it after this stream. Like you said, you promised me Usagi's gonna be there, so
I mean, the turtles show up in Usagi, so I mean, maybe Usagi will show up in the background
I've
of that.
never heard anybody compare Turtles 3 to Usagi Yojimbo.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, well, now you have. I'm glad I
That's-
could do that for you, Omar.
That was
the best hot
awful.
take I've ever heard.
That's false. That's fake news, man. That was awful.
I mean,
but you know what?
50%
I
of the
can't.
time, it works every time.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Spooey, you like Trouble?
Yeah, Spooey's a monster. Like, I don't know what his problem is. I don't trust him.
That's the beginning of our.
What's yours,
story.
Chris? So we can bust on you.
Just
Look behind you. I know you got some bad books
Oh no,
behind
I'm
you.
literally looking at my absolutes because if Jess were here, he'd probably never want to talk to me again. It would be Identity Crisis.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's a
So,
great one.
You know, to be fair though, he liked that book until we
Yes,
did an episode
until you
together 5 years ago on Omnibros Live, and all I did, because I never like to turn anybody away from their feelings on a book. All I did was just say the things I didn't like about it, and he was like, "Oh my God, you're right." And Jess never says that about things I've said.
Especially saying you're right too. That's
Yeah, he never. He must have been on pills or something that day.
I watched Tyler's newest video where he talks about his favorite deluxes, and he had Identity Crisis, and my first thought was bold choice.
Yeah.
would that be your choice? But you know what? Identity Crisis is beloved though. Like there is a lot of people that like it because it got an absolute, it's got a deluxe, it's got another printing of the deluxe edition.
Mhm.
Like people genuinely love it, and I think more power to you if you do.
I think that was one of the first things me and Chris talked about. Like this may have been even before you joined, Jake, was I got that deluxe and me and you, Chris, talked about it as far as both liking it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like I like a lot of stuff that people don't like, and I don't really have a crazy pulse on what others hate. So I just read what I like.
It is hard, right? Because it's so notorious for being bad, but it genuinely like is loved in the community. Like there's a reason why absolutes sell in deluxes.
Mhm.
For me,
yeah.
it was what got me back into comics. Like I had been out for a while, and I had gone into my comic shop when I was at UNC Chapel Hill, and it just come out issue 1. And when I was reading it, it was just like, oh, I didn't know their heroes were starting to have these kind of deep-seated issues and things like and along the same lines. And that also got me introduced to Brad Meltzer. Love his novels. It just became like a whole spiral at that point. Yes, totally understand the controversy. Yeah, it's there is a lot of problems with the book, but the personal connection and I do. There are a number of moments in there that really mean a lot to me at that point, and I actually got to meet Brad Meltzer last year and got him to sign my absolute. So
Hey.
No matter
Dang.
what you say about that book, the moment between Bruce and Tim near the end, and if anyone hasn't read it, I don't want to like say what it is, but that is like a legitimately beautiful moment. Like that is written by someone who understands a relationship between a father and a son and like what that bond means. and it puts it on there. And Rags Morales' art, and I'm not a big Rags Morales fan, but like that embrace, that is such a beautiful image. Like no matter what else you think about it, there are some really good things to take away from there.
So you're saying a father isn't supposed to kidnap the child and starve him to eat rats?
We're not talking about All-Star Batman and Robin.
Stop bringing
Okay.
up Frank Miller.
I feel like mine
Do you
is
know about
worse.
the daycare I set up for my daughter?
Oh, there we go.
I pretend, but I really do kind of like it. Like I know the ending sucks and I didn't think it was good, and I wish the original version of the book had come out, but I really like the art of Heroes in Crisis, and I like the first couple issues of that book. So that's
Y'all
my
got some
controversial
hot
pick.
takes tonight.
Really.
You were ragging on me when I got that hardcover, and now you're gonna. Have
Yes,
that.
because I'm fake. I have to pretend not to like it.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
got good art though. It's got
Yeah,
good art.
Is it
Like,
like,
it-
because the
like-
Acclaim man
like-
does good art? Is that a hot take?
that was my reply exactly when Jake was ragging on me. As I said, it has really good art.
Like the way he draws those fields of flowers, just so calming.
I think
Um,
everybody's pretty in that book. Like all the men, all the women. Oh my gosh, yeah, Clayman's a great artist.
It's like the
And I-
anti-Frank Quitely, where everybody got beaten with the ugly stick.
God bless. I always compare his women to like his Emma Frost is an ugly bald woman that wears a really bad wig. That's the way Frank Quitely draws Emma Frost. I don't get what people are like.
Everyone
oh, she's
looks like levels
smoking
of
hot.
Wolverine, with or without hair.
Okay, so my next question was, does anyone have a favorite video or podcast that one of us have done, like another person has done that you watched and really enjoyed?
I don't watch YouTube like at all. I don't watch anything really unless it's while I'm editing in the background. I have something that I've seen over and over again.
That's okay. That's a fair
But
response.
I am guilty, and I haven't done that in like it's been 4 or 5 years because I think it came to like I don't want to subconsciously take someone else's idea. Like sometimes that comes out like we all.
I'm that way with
about
reviews.
the
If I
same
haven't,
thing.
yeah, if I haven't done the book yet, like I won't try to watch someone's video because I don't want to accidentally spoil something. But things like, for instance, like I feel like your most recent Absolute video I thought was really well done. So I thought that one was good. I try to watch like the list that each other like or books that we
the
like
list
and
video.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
because
so I've
that's
been doing
easier
that
for me to watch.
I've been doing that for a few years now. People like an updated list of some of those books, and it can't be helped. We talk about the same things, and I'm sure there are very similar episodes that people have done. But I think it's just easier for me to stay away and try to be creative and come up with different things and look through my audience instead of accidentally borrowing from somebody, even subconsciously. I had issues a few years back with a fellow YouTuber that accused me of something like that, and just not cool, and it's very difficult for me to work with other YouTubers because of that. So I kind of learned the hard way not to trust everybody and keep a distance and do my own thing, just rely on myself. So I'm sorry, I don't watch. I don't even listen to the episodes. I share, like whenever I was on Jake's podcast, or I'm sorry, Jake's episode, or I was with Chris podcast. I have my social media guys share that stuff, but I don't even listen to myself because I'm just tired of hearing myself talk.
Damn, the Getting Real
edit myself.
podcast.
That was a great answer though. I also really loved Bunk's 5 comic challenge, and I liked how that started a lot of us making that video because
I didn't even know about it because I don't watch anybody's stuff. So when people were asking me on the live stream, "Hey, are you gonna do Bunk's 5 comic challenge?" I'm like,
which he always claimed was not his challenge.
No, it 100% was
You
not.
stole
I
it from
stay in the.
somebody.
No, I
"We just
didn't.
talked about this."
In like the thing, I was like, I vaguely remember someone in BJ Kicks's chat said something about it, and then when he did it, he like credited the actual person, but everyone else was like, "Bunk is the creator." I was like, "No, just stop it! I don't. No one didn't do a thing."
Cycle, are you 3 shots deep like you promised me?
I
You
know.
know, I'm a little bummed. I'm bummed it's my
doing here. Like,
I'm bummed it's my bachelor party and Omar doesn't have a cranberry whiskey. Like it's like he doesn't even want to
don't.
celebrate the loss of my freedom.
I mean, I grabbed a seltzer out of respect, but if you want this to be that kind of
No,
bachelor
drink.
party,
I don't care. I'm not gonna
I mean,
monetize
do
this
you
one.
want me to?
Yes,
yeah.
there's a reason Jordan spends the night at my house often is because I try to vicariously live through my friends. So
Jake is a horrible influence because he wants me to drink, and I go, no, but I'm good. I don't want anything tonight. And he's like, oh, but buddy, I bought this just for you.
He's a
All right.
on your shoulder, isn't he?
there we go. He's getting the scotch or something. He has the fun party shirt. I need him to do something more than a seltzer.
Ooh, you know
My
what?
favorite video was your video, Jake, when you made how to read Watchmen, and then in the comments, everybody was just saying, "Read Watchmen."
I love.
Wait. You gotta
I
tell
love-
me what the video was about then.
Okay, so I actually DM'd you. We talked about it. Omar's idea for the title was Watchmen: What Comes Next, and I feel like that would have been a great title for the video.
That would've been
But
better.
essentially, it was a reading. The whole video was like, "Hey, all you have to do is just read Watchmen, and it's great. But if you want to read the overarching continuity of like DC fuckery, and you want to face Alan Moore's wrath, you can go before Watchmen, then Rebirth Deluxe, and then do it was a reading, and then Doomsday Clock. So it was like these are the books that had enough context through Rebirth for Doomsday Clock. I thought it was a really helpful video, and everyone in the comments were just like, "You read Watchmen 1 through 12," and I was like. I say that I'm pro just reading.
Oh no,
Watchmen.
they didn't watch your video. They saw your
No.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
you said,
happens.
like Watchmen, and that was it. They just stopped and said,
They were like,
"How
"How
dare
dare- How dare he?
I
love
decided to
it.
get more festive, wearing
There you go."
a Batman and Joker
Oh,
was like Hawaiian shirt,
I saw that
And-
shirt at Kohl's, but it wasn't my size.
and I got a fizzy drink.
Oh, is that the pineapple Waterloo? I love that one.
No, this one's the lime Waterloo.
Oh,
I'm not that cool,
lime. I'm judging you a little bit.
but Jake loves it when I burp on stream. So
You guys have a really interesting relationship.
it's just us egging each
I'll
other
leave
on.
it at that.
I mean, he
You
hangs
can
out and drinks
translate
with Jake's
whatever.
mom, so
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law, yes,
excuse me.
thank you, Bunk. Thank you.
Mother-in-law, not his mom.
Yeah.
That's a different joke.
He does like my mom though. They text sometimes. He was gonna help her
Oh,
get
I love
a
his
dash
mom.
cam in her car.
His mom's giving me $1. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's the end of that
Adorable.
sentence.
Okay.
never mind.
Why
He just
isn't
made it
DC
worse.
licensed Watchmen to Timex?
Oh, jeez.
And then James said the correct answer would be watch the Watchmen comic. Okay,
Yes.
so the one thing I regret about that video is I had a section where I said another option is to read Watchmen and then watch the HBO TV series, and that can be your Watchmen journey. But I cut it for time. And then I had people in the comments go, I can't believe you didn't talk about the Watchmen TV show. And I was like, I should have left it in. But you
And then
can't.
you
You never
tick off
do
a whole
anything
bunch
right.
of other people when you do include it.
I
Yeah.
can't believe you didn't talk about Rorschach. You talked about before Watchmen and all of that, but the most recent thing just completely wasn't even there.
I love
The
Tom King,
Tom
but
King
I had
one?
yeah, I hadn't
Mhm.
read it, and I read the first like 2 issues, and it seemed like a different continuity. So
Tom
yeah, I guess
King
I could've-
writing in a different continuity?
No, I think he lives in a different continuity, and that's okay. That works. There's a lot of books that work that way though. That I
Mhm.
dig.
he's
I
called
mean,
me a
it's,
nerd 4 times on Twitter. So that's the first thing I said when I met him. I was like, "You've called me a nerd 4 times on Twitter," and he said, "I'm sure more are coming soon."
And you can watch that video right over there. Just kidding.
Yeah, James,
I'm
link it
horrible
if you're
at
watching.
plugs. That's why Jake does all the like side
Wasn't
stuff.
that your first short that ever got like over 1,000 views?
See, Bunk is just the best friend ever of like.
He watches
my channel.
everything.
Yeah,
He does watch everything.
I don't
Um,
even know. So
But it could be
Yes.
a case of keep your friends close and your enemies.
It was
well,
There.
you know.
the one that got over 1,000. My
That's
first
I'm
one
here
was
to take all of you down and just go for it.
Yeah.
I have
He's
often referred
Stealing
to
from
myself-
BJ Kicks. See, this
Yeah.
is what happens. Things get taken out of context. People clip things like James who's watching right now. He'll share it with OmniDog, and that guy shares
know-
everything evil.
You know that there's a Discord on OmniDog's Discord. There's literally a gift section there's a section just for roasting Omar. So there's a whole section of slander in his Discord.
I have so much ammunition on that guy. but I love him, so I keep quiet. There's so many inside jokes. I wish he was here tonight.
I know he's supposed to join.
I think
You know
he's
what?
still live.
Can you pop into his solo stream that's going on right now and tell him to come to this one?
Wait, what?
He was supposed to be here, and he's doing a solo stream instead.
He
But
is
he
still
said-
live.
Solo stream.
He said,
alive.
I thought he was sick.
No, he's doing a stream. He said if he feels good after, later tonight, he'll join this one.
Oh,
But-
dude, if he joins, I'll go get a beer and I'll tell you some stories. There's a lot of inside
Get him
jokes.
to join right now.
There's some things I can't say because it's just I don't want to get him in too much trouble.
The first
there's-
thing I did at his house was I said, "Can I see the box of shame, the Omar box, of, you know how you guys have boxes of shame?" But I guess his wife found it, and it's not a box of shame anymore. So good for them.
Oh God. Let me text him.
You should FaceTime.
All right. So that was your Tyler's. Would yours be the same thing? The in identity crisis?
Yeah, probably, but because of my last video and someone really questioning my choice for my number 2 spot, I'm probably going to say Hush because somebody in my comments really was roasting me for choosing that.
Why? That's another one that
that's a
people
good
get a
one.
lot of love.
I didn't know there was so much hate for it, but you guys should go look at it. He wrote like a book of why Hush is just like horriblest story ever.
Hush or Hush
Oh.
Returns?
I want to say
Hush.
shout out to
You
BJ.
leave Hush
I wish you were
returns.
here, man.
Yeah, Hush only, not Hush Returns. Yeah.
Kix,
You leave Hush
I almost
Returns
bought you
alone.
another book accidentally. I was in OPB checking out, and your address was the last one that was there. And as I was checking out, I was like, I do not want to send that down to North Carolina.
Jake,
But
check
almost
the
got one.
Discord for pick. Oh my gosh, I'm terrified for whatever this could be.
John,
On
what
which
are you
Discord?
sending, buddy? Let me tell you about the first time I met Psycho Cleveland. It was my first time on Omni Bros, and I was the new guy. And this guy was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And we've been friends ever since. He's a good guy.
I just
Despite
checked the
how he
Discord
yells
and I
at me.
don't see anything.
Is he drunk?
He always-
on both.
He always talks about this book called Goiter. Like for years, he's been
sent me that
talking about
book.
Goiter, and then he sent it to Jess, and I guess he sent it to you. And I still don't believe that book is real. Like I feel like he just drew it himself.
You guys sure that he's on? He didn't text me back, or it must be doing the show because he didn't text me back if he's doing the show.
No, he is on.
because he can't multitask.
I'm gonna
Yes,
say
I have a
join the
lot of
stream.
stories on Jess I would love to share though, but I gotta have him here.
Jake, it's in the general. I just looked in the general chat.
In
I
fairness,
feel like
I
Cycle's
looked
just
into it.
trying to mess. Oh, there we go. He's making a whiskey cranberry in honor of you.
Ah, my man. Whiskey, cranberry juice, club soda, and a twist of lime, baby. That's it.
His
That's
was just
me.
Maker's Mark and white cran strawberry.
Maker's Mark. Don't mix Maker's Mark, dude. You get like $5 bourbon for that. Like get something out of a plastic bottle.
I'm literally
oh my gosh, he's doing
watching
batter
Jess.
days in the Batcave by himself. He just texted
Going to
me.
the comments on the stream saying why.
He's
are
like,
you
I have a
still
ton
doing the
of
stream?"
people on my channel, dude. I'm gonna make fun of him. I'm like, you got 46. That's
He
not
used he used voice to text. I just watched him do it.
a ton. I'm watching you now, liar.
Okay, here. This is in honor of Cycle Cleveland. Share screen, window. Here you go. It is.
I
I
can't
love it,
believe
man.
you're mixing Maker's
Oh, it's-
Mark.
That is
What
the
is wrong
Batman
with you?
Returns cup from McDonald's back in the 90s. I had that glass.
I love
That's
that he's just like
amazing.
fangirling over the glass.
That's good.
He's still texting me on. He's live.
Can
What
you
is
just
wrong with this
FaceTime him?
man?
You should just FaceTime
Well,
him right
he's
now.
on. He's doing his stream. I don't want to make him that mad.
His viewers will love it. They love it when you two get into it.
They're all
He has a
telling him
full
this.
set.
I
of
do.
glasses.
I told him I'm gonna start charging him because he'll text me like, "Hey man, randomly like, what book did you say was coming back in print? What was out of stock?" And I'm like, "Why are you asking me now? It's 8:00 on a Saturday night. What's the game plan here, Jess?" And he's like, "Oh, I just wanted people were asking me," and I'm like, "Are you gonna give me credit?" You gonna give me credit, or are you gonna steal
he's
my
not
homework?
going to give you. He's not going to give you credit, and he's going to call you very fine condition.
I always tell him what's in and out of print.
Do you have a
The hell's
nickname for his
Spotlock
channel?
doing watching him? That's my guy. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
Do you have a nickname for his channel since he calls you very fine condition?
No, I'm a grown up.
Bunk,
Had
did you
those
grab a
glasses
drink
too,
funner
man.
than seltzer?
I did.
my-
I had like a tension tamer tea and I had a seltzer. But if you're gonna like bully us into drinking, yeah, I grabbed a Headhunter IPA from local brewery, Fatheads. I just got back from Vermont and was drinking a whole bunch of New England IPAs that I can only get there. So being back, got to go for my local standby.
Heck yeah,
IPAs, man. I don't get you people. Yes, I said you people.
I mean,
I remember
I got
it would
Blanton's
taste-
upstairs, but like I'm not drinking Blanton's by myself in a basement.
always
IPAs
just
reminds me
yeah.
of like what my wife gets at like Starbucks. You know that pumpkin spice latte.
You realize
IPAs to me
that
like
IPAs are
tasted
just,
like I
like,
was camping
bitter
with my
bombs?
dad and he was giving me a lecture. Like you're just getting a lecture in the forest from your father, like by the campfire. That's what an IPA tastes like.
But
Oh,
IPAs are there's no smoke. IPAs are just bitter. I mean, it's
It's the bitterness of the
Yeah.
forest and the harsh truths that your dad is lecturing you about, you know?
I mean, okay, like so West Coast, you
Wow,
get
what
that
an
kind of
image.
piney, resiny flavor. New England, you're going to get a lot more sort of that juicy characteristics, where it's going to be a lot more sort of tropical fruit flavors, lower bitterness. So yeah, if you're going for a
Ben,
you're on the
I
West Coast.
mix cranberry juice with bourbon.
Are you still here?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, what
Where'd you
makes
come
you
from,
think I
Homer?
care about the different hops?
yeah. Bunk, I gotta side with Omar on this one, man. It's straight
My
Guinness for
man.
me, but you know
No,
what? It's
some
probably
of
'cause I
us
also
like we
drink,
used to
like,
do this
black coffee, so-
professionally. So I'm
Dude, if you
want
want to spend more than $5 on a 12-pack, more power to you. It's quantity over quality for me in this.
Cycle
house.
knows what's up. Masthead is doing excellent stuff. Their single origin coffee is awesome. So y'all can get
God,
fucked. Cycle knows what's up.
whatever.
I need to get into that single origins myself. I'm more of a Pete's kind of guy, so
Chris, Tyler, do you all have a drink of choice, or do you not drink?
I do not drink.
Good for you, man. What about you, Chris?
More when I met my wife, she got me more into wines at that point. So it's
That's
wines
okay,
and-
man.
And,
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I
That's
used to
great.
I used to be IPAs, and now I'm just hard seltzers. Getting old, and the hangovers to come back from are getting rougher.
I used
That
to
is
be
not something I
tequila.
miss.
Then my wife said no more. So if like it's got to be like a special day, like every 5 years, she lets me have tequila on my birthday because it's insane, man. Like she could tell you stories. Oh my god, it's insane.
Does
Like,
tequila make you fighting, Omar?
no,
Or is
I'm
it like
cool
the
and
one
chill,
tequila,
but it's
two
just,
tequila, three tequila floor?
it's
Oh.
I like to call it time traveling. What I do.
Oh,
Yeah, time displacement really is what happens. It's crazy.
I think
Oh
my
my-
favorite phrase that Omar's taught me was during one of his live streams. He talked about his friend that he used to work with who would go out and get some cock. That's
I
my
ran
favorite-
into that guy. He was no friend of mine, dude. That was an AMA. That guy was no friend of mine. That guy was crazy. Tom Riley. I ran into him just a couple weeks ago. He's still crazy.
Did
Like,
you
still
get some
with-
cock with him?
No, I did not. He's like, you want to go pick up some queens and get some cock? I was like, no, I'm good. You're like 80 and I'm 20 and I don't know what you're picking up. None of that sounds fun though. Have fun though, dude. Yeah, that guy was scary too. Like, I love messing with people. I did not mess with Tom Riley. That dude is scary. Like, will freaking end you scary. And he's still like that too. Like last time I just ran into him because we moved back into the town where I used to work.
Chris, can I hear you say my channel name in your velvety movie guy voice?
what do you want me to say? Just say your the title of your channel,
Yeah.
The Brave and the Boys.
ooh,
I do have to laugh that Jess said, "I need you to do an intro for my show so I can use it every once in a while." I says, "Oh, okay, I can do that."
Has he ever
told-
used it?
Did he use it?
Oh yeah, he's used it. He's used it.
I told Jess he has figured out a way to not do any work and still have a show. Like it's like you invite everybody on, man, then they have to read the book and all you have to do is just nod your head and like, yeah, I agree.
Isn't
It
that
was
the
that
Tom
good.
Sawyer approach, though? You just get all your friends and be like, oh, there's this great game I have. It's called Painting a Fence. You guys want to try it?
That's exactly what he does.
Right, that's great.
Thank you.
And I'm like,
thank
that's
you so
genius,
much.
man.
Have a good night, buddy.
Jess still doesn't edit any of his videos, right?
What I love
No.
the best, I love the piece of paper that says like
Yeah.
price books.
Yeah, that too.
Because like he doesn't even like.
Does
put
it have
in
his
text.
address? Does it have his address? Because that just cracks
He has
me
one
up.
for his email that says like OmniDog2 or something.
Yeah, instead of putting a
Um,
title card, he just literally holds a piece of paper in front of the camera.
So-
I think it's pretty
My-
sweet.
My fiance says it's endearing, and I said, "Should I try it?" And she said, "No, it wouldn't work for you."
I told him, like, we had a conversation about editing, and he caught me on a good day when I was like, well, I'm just in the process of editing. And I said, you gotta, like, weigh it out, right? Like, how many views you're getting and how much that video is going to get you. Because it's right now, he was thinking about doing it. And I talked him out of it because I put it plain and simple. I'm like, look, if you spend 2 to 4 hours on a video, you got to do the research. You're already reading the stuff, right? And then you're making the video. Now you're adding 2 to 3 hours maybe on editing. So you're spending maybe 5 hours on this video. Is it going to get you more views? Is it going to make you more money than your live streams or your non-edited videos? Because it's not worth it if it's not, right? Because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for things that make you money, and then it's completely not worth it to spend 5 hours trying to edit something that's going to get you the exact same number of views and same number of monetary that a non-edited video would.
Jake, all I'm hearing is that we no longer have to edit our videos.
Well, he's
I-
built a
I
following
actually
without
like-
editing, so he doesn't need to start now, right? It would be
I
so
like
weird.
editing. I kind of think it's fun. Like I'm sure like we're like over 100 videos. I'm sure by like 500 videos I'll be burnt out on editing, but like I feel like I learned something new. I think it's funny with the Jess thing is he'll have a topic that he never even touches. So he was like, "Hey man, like can you be on Batter Days, just like Saturday show with me?" And I said, "Sure." He's like, "We'll go over our 5 favorite Batman books that are recent." And I said, "Okay." So I get all 5 books. I skim through them again. I take notes on them. I put all this work in, and I'm all ready to go. And he never approached the topic the whole live stream. He just follows the chat. And I was like, I put all this work. And I was so the next time I was on a show, I didn't even open the book that we were supposed to talk about. So I've been trying to cut down now that I have been on school the past 2 weeks. But yes, I do have a very high Adderall prescription. It helps make editing fun. Oh, isn't this one? Yeah. It helps make editing fun.
Yeah, I think it depends on the day. Like if you had a rough day, editing is not fun. But if you had a light day, you feel like being creative, then all of a sudden editing is like the best thing ever. You want to spend an hour doing it.
But I feel like
It depends
whenever
on
I
the
watch
type-
something I edit, I just see my mistakes. But then everyone else like they think you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I'm just too critical on my own content.
I just cringe whenever I'm editing the audio from my show. It's if I'm with one of you all here, like I know you've got the equipment, you've got the stuff. I don't have to worry about it. It's when people who don't do this as stuff, I say, oh God. Then I hear like kids in the background, or they're literally recording in the kitchen, and stuff's going on. It's just like, this is gonna be 2 hours, 3
Yeah.
maybe.
I wasn't sure how editing worked on your podcast, so that's why when like you said like Tom King wrote The Sheriff of Baghdad, I wasn't sure if I should correct you
Oh,
or
I
not.
left that
like,
in. Yep.
okay,
Because
because I'm like awkwardly trying to like raise my hand.
I read Babylon and out came Baghdad. So
Yeah.
I don't do I don't edit my interviews unless the writer or artist like wants to not do a live stream. One of my favorite comments I got was this guy. This is on Todd McFarlane's interview that I did a couple of years ago, and he was like, "Oh my God, can you please tell Todd to quiet his phone? It's so unprofessional." And I'm like, "You want me to travel back in time and tell Todd McFarlane to shut his phone off?"
Yeah,
This
next
guy
time you
bought
run into Todd,
million baseballs, and you want me to tell him to shut his phone off?
It was weird. People said the same thing about the first time we interviewed you. They said, "Yeah, you should tell Omar to shut his phone off."
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I have my phone. I'm a busy guy, man. I was buying baseballs like Todd McFarlane.
I've got a good story along those lines where I was interviewing the crew from the Massiverse, Kyle Higgins, Ryan Parrott, Melissa Flores, all of them, and their editor, Michael Basudel. And so all of a sudden, we're all chatting at that point. Recording's going on, and we keep hearing this sound. We don't know where it's coming from. It sounds like either a screaming kid or something, and it's just like it's on a cadence, and we're trying to figure out what. And then I see Kyle start breaking up laughing. I see Ryan start breaking up laughing, and Matt Groom's trying to answer a question, and Matt says, "What's so funny?" And Ryan Parrott goes, "What is that sound? What is someone dying in the background?" And Basudel goes up and says, "Okay, why do I have to explain this to you Americans? Do you not have birds? This is my parrot."
Wait, he just had like a live parrot like in the house?
He has a parrot. And
Would it have been more acceptable, Jake, if it was a dead parrot?
Okay, so if you guys want a confession time, I am terrified of birds. Like to me, my two biggest fears are like ostriches and cassowaries. Are like they're deadly, dude. They their kicks can go through riot shields. Ostriches run like 30 miles per hour and they're like 7 feet tall. I'm shorter than ostrich and it runs faster than I can drive on a street. I don't like birds.
If this is your biggest fear, what is your regular life that you are running into ostriches and these are things you need to worry about?
That's why Jake refuses to read Birds of Prey, actually. So
just the word.
Yeah, Owlman gives me the willies.
Oh boy.
Birds are literally dinosaurs. I feel like if you were to look at what dinosaurs actually look like, they'd be giant birds. They wouldn't be like, we just think they look like lizards, but like, I don't know. Birds freak me out, man. Like, have you seen a chicken? They walk like little T-Rexes.
Welcome to Bird Park.
How the hell is
the Brave and the Birds?
Hey! What's up, David?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, David?
Thanks for joining us, man.
Of course.
We're competing against OmniDog's solo stream.
Oh yeah,
and losing
badly, but it's okay. We got
Jake's multiple accounts.
I need to buy some bots from Russia. Listen, let's go.
How many people can we get on this stream before?
I think 10.
10 is what they give you.
Yeah,
I don't have that many friends.
You said you had that many friends in real life. David, Omar, I don't think
he
we've
added
met.
3 people to a group chat. We know that there are 5 people he has right now.
Add Misha and add Chris, and that's me. So there's 3.
Yeah, Misha, Chris, and Jordan are my 3 real life friends.
You know, isn't it like this? There's a statistic that supposedly, like, as you know, obviously the older you grow, the less friends you have, but they're like the relationships are much more intertwined and like you know, you have 2-3 good friends, but they're like friends for life sort of thing.
David, I'm the psychologist here.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Okay, my next question is, so we were answering questions. What's the most you've double dipped on a book? I think I'm at like 4 or 5 for the same book. I think for like Tom King's Batman run, I think I own it in the single issues, the trade paperbacks, multiple copies of the trade paperbacks, and the deluxe edition.
Not The Man Who Laughs?
What do you mean The Man Who Laughs?
It's not The Batman Who Laughs?
I think I only have that. Oh, okay. We did a video where I ordered a copy, like 6 copies of the deluxe Batman Who Laughs from every online retailer. And then we graded like the packaging, how long it took to come. So that I did buy like 7-8 copies of the same book.
Yeah.
But I gave
That's a really weird, expensive experiment.
I still have the photos from when we did the recording.
So I think I actually know mine offhand, and I guarantee you no one else has this answer. So does anybody here know the series Fell by Warren Ellis and Ben Templesmith?
Only when you've talked about it.
Okay, well, that is mine. It has only come out in the original single issues and a trade paperback that contains the first 8 issues.
It's not even finished, Ben.
I have purchased multiple copies of the trade. I was pulling it when it came out. I have reader copies now, and then I have an entire set that Ben did for me of remarked issues. So I bought the at least 4 times on like all of the singles. I don't know how many copies of the trade between Vermont and Colorado and Ohio. And again, like I've got my reader copies of the singles. I've got the remarked and signed ones. I have wherever the ones I originally was buying when it was coming out. Like I have bought this stupid series, which is great. It's definitely worth it, like so many times. And it has literally just been the singles and one trade, and that's it. But that is mine.
Oh, shouts out to whoever just got me a referral order on OPB. Cha-ching. I also have that TikTok that I made where my fiance catches me with like 3 copies of Crisis on Infinite Earths. So that's what I dipped in a lot. She didn't understand why I needed to buy the deluxe, but it didn't look good on my shelf without it. She's like, you already have the absolute. Why do you need the deluxe? And I said it makes my mind at peace.
Mm-hmm. To see it on the shelf right next to each other. Yeah, I get it.
You know, that's my favorite DC event.
Is Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah.
I thought you said Infinite Crisis was yours.
Infinite Crisis. Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you said Infinite Crisis. Apologies.
Infinite Crisis. I own the trade. I also own Infinite Crisis.
I don't have the absolute. I don't know why.
I got the absolute from OPB to do a review on, so that was fun.
Now, if someone wanted to buy that and they wanted to save $2 on their order, how would they do that?
Well, if you're buying 1 or 2 books, you can save $2 on organic price books with code Braveboys. But if you're buying 3 or more, you can save 5% with Braveboys. Ship it together, SIT.
Oh,
so you're always teeing me up. What a good wingman.
I know, better than me.
Hey, listen, sorry. I don't know if you guys see it, but Bugmaster B, again, pleasure. We've talked through chat. Yes, you're giving me serious.
So many times.
Hey, listen, you're giving me serious Kevin Conroy vibes. Face wise, do you see it? See
face
wise? I do.
Yeah,
that's a compliment. I think.
Is it?
Yeah. Listen, I mean it as a total compliment. It's. I saw it and I'm like, Kevin Conroy. Listen.
In the NMC Discord, I got told is if people were casting different YouTube people, which first off, the fact that anyone mentioned me as someone was like weird, but I was told that a young Rainn Wilson was the first one that was thrown out. And I'm like, I'm hurt? I think. I love Rainn Wilson in The Office, but like,
why does that
do you
fit,
hate
though?
me?
Why does that fit?
I don't see that. I don't see that.
Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Thank you. You are all my best friends now, and everyone else.
And this is where Bunk pulls a Mission Impossible and takes off the prosthetic face.
And he is Rainn Wilson.
And it's been Rainn Wilson this whole time. You're all talking shit out here. Don't see me as Rainn Wilson.
You have to say false.
False.
Actually,
Black Bears, which is.
I want to hear how many times
that's a dim
Omar's
line,
dipped in a
pretending
book.
To be.
Have you more than quadruple dipped in a book before in different formats or?
Yeah,
right.
A lot.
Like Death and Return to Superman.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've given all my copies away except for the latest printing and my deluxe hardcover. I don't even.
Oh, I'm
like
sorry.
that
You mean
story
this
that much.
printing, right? It's this one.
Still sealed.
Yeah, that one. I'm trying to think. Maybe God Loves Man Kills. I have the original graphic novel, the omnibus. It's part of the box set. I have the gallery edition. I still have the hardcover. So maybe that one. That's 5 times, right?
Did you buy the recent single issue release that they did last year? Oh.
No,
I mean,
but that's the gallery. That's what they did.
Are
with
you
the
even a
gallery
fan?
edition.
Yeah, I mean, are you actually a fan of God Kills Me?
I am. I'm not a fan of the added pages though, because they were completely unnecessary.
How many copies of Gangster Bat do you have?
0. What is that?
Only the best comic ever come out.
It is.
What?
I don't know
What
how
is
you haven't heard of it.
Gangster Bat?
It's
seriously.
Do you need to know more than that?
The knockoff.
Tells you what you need to know right in the
Yeah.
right in the title there.
You ready? In 1920, a terrorist bombing a wall bombing. Oh, it's actually that's not even correct punctuation. Okay, terrorist bombing on the Wall Street in New York City killed 38 people. 1 man survived for vengeance.
This is the story of gangster.
That sounds.
Matt.
Was that Frank Miller that wrote that?
Probably if it was Jordan. I also
Rick Ray is right though. I do like God Loves Man Kills completely uncensored because that was the way I read it as a kid, and it left such an impact on me that it's the way I like it. But you know, it's Chris Claremont's story, so if he's okay with these edits, he can edit it.
How many times are they going to release the Super Sons omnibus? That's my question.
I'm not buying.
Well, they left out one of the one shot, right? So they still have
Yeah.
a chance for one more.
I love how the name
One
keeps getting
more buy.
Super Sons like
One
extended.
more buy. One
Have they
more
shown the
buy.
cover yet? Is it because the first one was white, then expanded was blue? Is this one green, and then they're gonna do like red or
Every color in
I
the
don't-
rainbow.
I don't think they've done the color yet. I just seen the cover. That's it.
Oh, Jake, I should buy the new one because I don't own it yet, and we can do a comparison video.
Okay,
It's
it's one. Isn't it one issue or like one shot?
Yeah.
No, it's
it's
seven
it's
issues.
Challenge of the Super Sons.
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is like
Challenge
12
of the Super
issues.
Sons. Mm-hmm.
It
Those are
wasn't
good. Who
Who
said it wasn't good? Was that Chris?
That was me.
Chris, come on, you have identity crisis. Stop it.
I think Jordan owns this.
Oh, hold on.
Is he gonna go grab it?
Well, he's
Where
doing
are
that.
the
Can we get
strippers?
David involved here? He kind of came on, and then we all started talking over him.
No, that's fine.
I
Listen,
said
I'm
hello.
enjoying- Yes, yes. I'm pointing this way, but I have Omar over this way. Hey.
Hey, man.
What's
I love
what have
your-
you most double dipped on?
Oof. Now, Hush. I would say Hush. I actually collected the trade paper, or not the trade paperback, the single issues when it came out. I actually bought a Jim Lee signed one,
Ooh.
which by the way got ruined because I left my box of comics. Like I used it as a base to put other stuff, and my garage got flooded. So all of that, obviously, I don't mean we probably all have gone through that, but yeah, that was pretty hard. And then I bought, of course, the hardcover when it came out, and the Absolute as well. So, but I think that's the story that to me really drove me into go to Batman as like, oh my god, you know.
Now, are you buying the omnibus as well?
Now I listen. I'm not trying to. I don't have to buy the omnibuses. I could just be like, oh look, JP, it's a damaged one. Oh,
Bam.
Was that seductive? Was that what the people want?
All right, princess.
I know mine was Sin City because I had the trades, the Big Damn Sin City, and then I went in for each of the slipcases. And I think I'm gonna leave it at the slipcases.
Those are beautiful, man.
They are.
Yeah. And
I love the paper stuff
significantly
they used.
easier. It's so much easier to read than Big Damn Sin City.
I would take that on airlines and just use it just in case a terrorist would come on. I just bam.
I was thinking about that the other day when I went out to Washington to see my friends and also see Jess. I was reading comics digitally on my iPad, and I was like, this is so much easier than if I were to just bring an Absolute on the plane. Like that would be so cumbersome to try to read.
I'm old school. I still take Omnis with me.
Digital comics.
Yeah. Digital
it's just
comics
something
are
different about having the comic book like in your hand, sort of thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the digital aspect. Just because if I want to pay attention to detail, I can just zoom in and be like, "Oh, that's cool." But just having the book in your hand, like the smell of it, does something. You know, it's like a drug. It's really, I mean.
Oh, definitely. For me though, it's just I'm home maybe like 2-3 hours a day, not including sleeping. So having this with me versus an entire book versus this with me feels very different.
I agree.
It is
completely.
Yeah, it's nice when I'm at work or if I'm in class. Like it looks like I'm taking notes or doing something on my iPad and I'm reading a comic book.
I thought
Jake goes across country to visit, and the guy went, seriously, right? And it's not even about it's the fact that he's solo in his live stream. That's got to be lonely.
He has
I
a
mean,
lot
he
of
could-
viewers, like he said.
He
to
could
Omar.
just raid this with it. I mean, like that's a thing, right?
I love that he still calls it Batter Days in the Bad Cave, and people are asking, "What's the best Rick Remender book?" Not Batman.
And of course, he's going to spend 30 minutes, getting on a
He's
tangent
going
behind.
through his shelf.
Yeah,
You should just
yeah,
go into his
that's a
video
good
and make
question.
him really
Let's look at
behind in the
that.
chat. He's always so far behind in the chat.
Is this the Omnidog roast that we secretly didn't know about?
Wasn't BJ
It's not as
going to
fun
bed?
when he's
I could
not
have sworn he
here.
said he was going
Yeah.
to bed.
BJ,
Yeah, the
if
heck
you're,
are you
if
still
you're
doing
awake,
here,
why
kids?
don't you just join?
He likes answering
got the
questions
link.
this way.
We
I
He's
gotta,
like-
I gotta
We have
give
3
him
more
props for that.
spots. We're almost there.
Circle gets the square.
Oh, congratulations on your son's soccer game. Thanks so much, man. I own no digital comics. I need something I hold in my hand and then get annoyed with immediately after I open because the oils from my fingertips are making up the black inks.
See, for me, when I started going, I'll still collect physical, but now it's a question of space, and so
Yeah.
I've kind
Mm.
of gotten to a point
Yeah.
where digital's allowing me to get collected edition versions of it, but I only have
Chris,
so much
get a
space.
bigger house.
Just buy a bigger house.
Just buy a bigger
I mean,
house.
that's
You're
basically
quitting.
what Omar
I'm
just
literally in
did.
the basement right
Quit with
now.
the excuses, Chris.
Buy a bigger
Come
Hey,
on.
you got to show us you're serious, man. You got to have this giant basement or room for your comics.
Just pull that $700,000 to $1 million and just drop it on a new house. It'll be worth it. I swear.
Cash in your Bitcoins and your, what was that thing that was really popular?
Get your
That people
dope out.
Ethereum.
Your
You know,
NFTs.
Oh,
Well,
NFTs.
you were saying,
Dogecoin.
Omar,
Bitcoin.
Litecoin.
It was
Get
not
that-
the Bitcoins, but the monkey that
Get
sold
that Shiba.
Oh,
Oh,
just
Bored
the
Ape
Shiba.
NFTs.
Bored Ape. Yeah.
NFTs. Yeah, cash in your NFTs, Chris.
Non-fungible
to buy you
tokens,
a house.
man.
fungible tokens, yeah. Got all those.
Cash in your OmniDog bucks.
Yeah.
Get you a nice house.
Wait, Cycle Cleveland, can you in top of the Discord, can you make a Jess shit coin, digital coin for us to invest in? An Omnidog coin?
I love it. I love it.
We had an idea
Also-
for a Jess NFT a couple of years ago. I can't remember what we came up with. He
I
loved
feel-
it.
It's. I mean, you
I
know
feel weird that
James is
Cycle's
the one
talking
who's
in
minting it all
lowercase.
with those gifts.
Like, that's how you know the bachelor party's not hype because Cycle Cleveland is using
I
lowercase.
just want to know, dude. He loves Jess. What are you doing here? I thought you were like all about Jess. That's so weird. Did he
I'm pretty
break
sure
your
that
heart?
dude has multiple tabs open. That man.
I
is
think
in
he has
every live
multiple
stream.
accounts. There for a while, I thought Psycho Cleveland was actually Jess one time because I remember he was in one of the streams, and I was like, "Are you Jess? Prove to me that you're not Jess."
You're never in the same room together. Come on.
David, I have a question. What do you find is like? I feel like doing your whatnot streams are so fun, even if I've never won anything. But like, what do you like? What's like the best way for you to like sell a book on on like an auction? Like, how do you like make it spicy, or what do you do to like excite people? Like, I want to see your like what do
So
you do as an auctioneer?
I find it you have to like, so because I used to buy, so I collect Pokemon cards too. So I used to buy a lot of the Pokemon cards
Oh, same.
on whatnot, and like a lot of the people like so like they just like are very like they'll have the card there and they don't interact, and I'm just like, if you interact, people hype up for it. I mean, Buckmaster's been in it, and it's
What?
just
No, I've never spent any money on that.
no, you haven't.
Dude,
No,
no,
in the whatnot.
Yeah, no, I've never. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're such a
What?
liar.
No, I've never.
So it's just like so before I used to bounce off JP. So but he's kind of like obviously he's busy, so it's cool. So I was like, I'm just gonna have to talk to myself. And then like luckily like there's a lot of interactions now with people on the chat. So I'm just randomly saying stuff. But I would you have to bounce off yourself. Now I've bounced off myself, but like I'll just go on random charades and I'll be like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight. and like I'm doing so I have a book. Let's say this is a book. I'm like, here's the book. It's 30 seconds, and I'm like, oh, this book reminds me of like my goals to lose weight. So like what I've been doing is I've been like waking up in the morning to run, and then when I'm running, like what in my head I'm thinking about is like what I should be doing for the rest of this day.
No, that doesn't exist,
So
James. Get that out of there.
It's just like that. It's just a conscious. What is it? Stream of conscious talking, and just nonstop. Like
I love by the end of it, like people are just bidding and you're just dancing in the background, and it's like
like the bidding's over, and then I'm just still going, and it's kind of. Like I don't even thinking about it anymore. It's just like just go, just like don't stop. Like that's my thing is I hate the silence that you see some auctions have. So I just got to keep it going. Like I don't care what you have to say, just say it. Like so I don't know.
Jordan
If
busting
you
out
guys
his
haven't been-
Pokemon cards.
Yeah, if you guys haven't been to it, so at one time I was challenging the people who were commenting, and so I said, if somebody can find my phone number right now,
Oh,
I will send them. I think it was like. When we had like a bunch of the damaged, it was either the death of Superman or something like that. And I'm like, I'll send you one if you can find me. Of course, I offhanded said it, and like, ooh, I'll show. Hey man, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. But I swear, 30 minutes later, I get calls, and so for everybody gets spam calls. So what I also was doing in the middle of the whatnot is if I got a spam call, I would answer it with the people on the line, and then I would just like make something up. Like if they said, hi, my name is Esmeralda, I'm calling about this. I'm like, Esmeralda, listen, I don't care what you're doing right now. I need you to stop. Esmeralda, if you email me right now, Esmeralda, from work, I will give you a $500 gift card to OPB. And,
What's
like,
Wait. I want that challenge.
Hold on, wait a second.
well, it wasn't even that. You were selling OPB to them. Like that was the best. Like you were just like, oh, listen, unfortunately I can't help you with that, but I need to tell you right now that at Organic Price Books we have the best selection of comics at the best price, and it was just amazing. Like
and they're like, so if I've done call center, so you can't technically hang up on the people. You have to wait for them to hang up on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I like there was a guy, I think we kept him on for like maybe 10 minutes, and he would be like, no, I'm not interested. I'm like, bro, email me right now. I will give you and I kept going like $500, $600. So I'll give you $700 of OPB gift cards right now if you email me. He never did, but it's kind of like that. But back to it, I got a call, and I kept getting calls from the same number. I'm like, I wonder who it is. So I thought it was a spam call. I opened it up, and it's like, the guy was like, hi, David, it's me. And I'm like, who's this? And I'm like, I'm on your whatnot right now. So I was like,
so he found your phone number?
Yeah, it was like Samurai 47 or something like that.
Yes, yeah. So he called me, and he's like, so am I gonna get my, it was a book. He's like, am I gonna get my book? And I'm like, yeah, buddy, give me a second. So like I had to like call him back afterwards. But turns out he was really cool. He actually sent me some stuff, like some cups and some other comic stuff. So that's been pretty fun.
I feel like your streams are fun, but like every time I'm going through TikTok now and I see those people whose jobs it is to just open Pokemon cards on stream and then sell them, I'm like, and they're just silently opening them. I'm like, that has to be the easiest job in the world. Why am I reading a comic, filming a whole video, editing, and doing all this when I could just be selling like Pokemon cards,
That's why we're going to be in the Loricana channel starting the September 1st. So
I did just spend like $150. Oh, my fiance's watching. I did spend like $30 on Loricana this week. A Disney trading card game.
We're also going to do Pokemon cards, baseball cards.
It's a bummer how YouTube is so harsh about you keeping in one niche. You know what I mean? I feel like it'd be fun to make videos about other stuff, but it's like any video you make that's not completely comic collected editions is just like nothing.
Well, it makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
Because I figured that algorithm out a long time ago. Because my friends and I, 6 years ago, we started the channel and we did different topics. But it makes sense. All right, you're doing a video this week on Absolute Batman, whatever, right? Next week, it's about video games. The week after that, it's toys. The week after that, it's manga. The guy that subscribed to your channel because he watched you do an Absolute Batman video is going to go, nope, I'm out. This is stupid. Like, I'm only interested in books. So it makes sense for the algorithm to treat you like that. Unless you're already a big channel that can do things like that as a side, it's not going to treat you right, and it sucks, but it makes sense because you do want to talk about all these other things. Because I mean, you've seen bigger channels also experiment. I've seen people do Pokemon on unboxing, and they're not a Pokemon channel, but because they were trying to cash in on the popularity of Pokemon, they were like, "Oh, I'm going to expand. I'm going to be huge because Pokemon's big right now." They wasted a bunch of money on Pokemon. Yeah, like some of the people that I used to do videos with did that, and it didn't work out for them because the YouTube algorithm already had them as a specific niche, which is already a niche of a niche. So yeah, it's a pain in the butt, man, to try to figure it out.
Hey, listen.
Do you feel like you should have a different channel for shorts and for regular content? Because I feel like our channel blew up a lot because of shorts, but like our long form content isn't getting the same number of views that our shorts are getting. So,
well, we have it. I mean, have you looked at the analytics? 'Cause I love looking at numbers, but if you look at the analytics of who's watching your shows and for how long, usually the younger people watch shorts because they grew up on a generation of Vine videos, right? Vine videos are what, 6 seconds? You got 6 seconds to get some, like, they don't even give you 6 seconds. You got 2 seconds to get my attention, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain doesn't work like that.
So he admits it.
Now, I do have a genuine question, and sorry, this is a little off topic, but this is something that's been bothering me for years since the first time that I ever talked to Omar on our interview. Is it niche or niche?
I don't know. You're talking to the wrong guy. English is my second language.
I've always said the French pronunciation of niche.
The French?
Yes.
Well,
it's an
amalgam of languages, right? That's what we do in America, right? So melting pot of languages.
Quiche. There you go.
Quiche.
And is it Los Angeles or is it Los Angeles?
Hey, yeah.
Right? Like you gotta. It's America, man.
My question is, how do I get Omar to sign my copy of Year 2?
I thought he was going to
want me to call. Don't make me sign.
I bought it for you. I want you to.
I
always squeezed it to me from Ollie's.
That's
Rick
a masterpiece.
Ray,
Omar, I just want
the
to
correct answer. It is Nietzsche.
Thank you, Monk. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's
also Omar. I want you to know.
I'm just reading comments over here. Some of us love our viewers.
For Year 2.
I want Omar to sign my Year 2, and I want Jess to sign my Naughty and Nice.
Look, let me tell you something, Jake. I signed that thing, and a year from now, I piss you off. You're gonna be like, "Fuck!" Every time you look at that book, and then you're gonna like,
yeah. But he bought it from Ollie's, so he can throw it out without any like.
Now you're
That's
gonna sell the book, and people are gonna be like, "Who the hell signed it?" And you're gonna be like the uncanny Omar, who had absolutely nothing to do with the book at all. What's that?
I feel like
Garland, so that's kind of a thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like so I got it for $6.99. I feel like if I sold a copy of Year 2 signed by Uncanny Omar in your Discord, I could get more than $6.99 for it.
Okay,
I could get
whoever's foolish enough to pay you for that, sure. I remember somebody when we do giveaways, like somebody asked me to sign one of the books, and I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do." Because what if you like need to sell this? I will. And they were like, "No, I'm serious, man." I'm like, "Oh my god!" And he wanted me to write something, like a note. And I'm like, "All right, I will." This is so weird. No, he didn't want me to draw anything because I would have drawn some like dicks or something. But like he wanted me to like.
I'd pay extra. Actually,
write something. You would? Oh, let me tell you, dude. Pictionary, I'll kill it. Everybody knows exactly what it is.
This
is
my
it always
cat
just
Grayson.
dicks? Everyone you pull is just dick.
Yes.
Just a
yes.
dick.
I'm the 45-year-old child. I still do that everywhere I go. Yeah, it was weird to write a note in an omnibus, but because they asked for it. I don't know if they still watch my channel.
I feel like they based Superbad off of Omar.
That's
actually I like that.
Do you know how many
that movie
foods are dick shaped? All the best ones. Sorry for
love that
the audio
movie.
there. Oh, that's a phenomenal. That movie's so good.
I've been watching a lot of Michael Cera content recently. So I could just rewatch all of Arrested Development.
Bro, he knocked it out of the park in Barbie, bro.
That is
Alan. Okay, here's my.
Alan.
You want to hear my gripe about merch? So we have a Redbubble account, right, with some merch. We moved over to Spreadshop, but we in a month or two, Jess's sister, my fiance, she's having a pink Barbie themed party. So Jess's mom, my fiance, not OmniDog, actually has an Alan doll from the 60s. She's like a massive fan of Alan. So as a joke, I made a pink shirt with a heart with Alan the doll on it, and it said there's only one Alan. I've sold 10 of those shirts. I've never marketed it. I don't even have it named. Like, I think I called it like Pink Alan shirt. It's not even Michael Cera. And every time I get a notification saying you sold the t-shirt, I'm like, someone brought a Brave and the Boys shirt. And I click on it, and it's the Alan shirt.
So what I'm hearing is you need to rebrand the channel because YouTube is going to celebrate you only having one niche, and now you're a Barbie channel.
No, we're an Alan channel.
An Alan, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Barbie
Alan
is not niche enough.
I'm gonna
so.
show you guys. I've sold, and they're like international. I've sold like five Alan stickers and like 6 Alan shirts. But like,
all I gotta say is Bunk has Kenergy. He's the
Hey, he
definition.
does. Listen, I learned that whole chorus for that. It's my ringtone right now. That
I'm
song.
just Ken.
Anywhere else I'd be 10.
okay, here
That was a catchy tune. I gotta admit.
I
That
haven't
was
seen
catchy.
this yet, so I think I'm flattered.
You should be. You should be.
Should I?
Have you
unbutton
not
the
seen the
button?
#1 movie in America?
I have kids, bro.
This
like
is it right
young
here.
kids
There's
that
only-
cannot watch
Oh,
themselves.
that's amazing.
Dude,
That's
I
my
can
that's
see
the
people
one that I
buying
made.
that.
Are you selling it for $2.69?
No,
about
that's
to
a
say.
sticker. That's a sticker.
Oh, the sticker.
Because I sent there's like a version of this shirt with like it's not I made it myself, but there was like a pink heart with Michael Cera that says there's only one Alan, and in the movie Alan is spelled Allan, but the original Alan doll was spelled this way. So I made this shirt because Jess said her mom wouldn't want Michael Cera, she'd want the actual Alan doll, and people buy this instead of our actual YouTube merch.
I love that it's not even photoshopped to fit inside of the heart.
I guess this is your version of when Omar deals with every stream about the Alpha Omnibus, you've got to deal with people buying this is
Oh yeah.
the Alan shirt.
They
Well,
should
when
just
are we
make an
getting
Alpha Omnibus as an inside joke now, right? Like, if they actually announced one, how would you feel? What would your reaction be? Like, would it ruin the joke, or would you be happy for people?
I am professional, man. I will announce it like I announce all the other Omnis. Somebody out there is going to be happy. I remember David texting me, asking me, are people serious about this about 3 years ago? And I'm like, hell no. Do not
He
make
actually
an
genuinely asked you,
Alf.
are these
Well,
people
he was
serious?
confused because he was in the chat and people were like, when are we going to get an Alpha Omnibus? I'm like, no, they're just kidding. Like, maybe 10% of them would buy it. And that's still like 10 people. Don't
Well,
make an Alpha Omnibus.
Can we
'cause-
get an Alf Gallery edition?
Sure. Why not?
Speaking of Alpha Omnibus, by the way, Omar, you read Twig, right?
One more time. What?
Twig.
Oh, yeah. The
Scotty-
Dark Horse book. Mhm.
Yeah,
Or Image book.
with,
Image.
with Scott, but yeah, no, it's fine. You're the uncanny Omar. You're fine.
I make mistakes all the time.
Do you?
I
Anyway,
do.
Kyle Strom, the artist on there, is
Mm-hmm.
a weirdly huge Alf fan,
Of course.
and I bought his original art book off of his Melmac Vice image right there, which is my
Jesus.
Wow.
my
Dude,
favorite depiction of Alf that's ever been done. So there's a Melmac
simpy, though.
sex worker right back there. There's a
Mhm.
sweet Melmacian, with a 80s VD. There's all of that going on. So yeah, he's
Jake
and,
Jordan
and,
in the
he did me
80s,
a Grandmaster
there was a
V.
show called Miami Vice, in case you're wondering what that's about. And it was one of the greatest shows ever with Don Johnson.
That's right. Yes.
I appreciate
and
the
Tubbs.
explanation.
You're so welcome. I assume you guys are in your 20s, right? Jordan, Jake?
I'm 27.
So yeah, mid-20s.
Babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
I remember my 20s. Most of them.
I said them. I don't remember them, but I
Was that
assume
before
I
or
had them.
after the tequila?
I've seen pictures of my 20s.
But he fast forwarded his whole 20s because of the tequila.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of that too.
Do you guys have a book that would be your favorite absolute if they made one? Like if you could make one book an absolute?
Oh, I've got a lot.
Does it have to be DC or is it
No,
like
it can be like any book. You just get a sexy slipcase.
But it's absolute sized.
Yeah, absolute dimension, slipcase. Also, did you know that there's an absolute that doesn't have a ribbon? Is that like did you like I was reading Multiversity and there's no ribbon in it. Like I thought all absolutes had a ribbon.
No, not all of them. Some of them come with no ribbons.
So for me, it'd probably be Up in the Sky or Woman of Tomorrow. That would be the absolute that I really want.
I think Death of Superman would be a beautiful absolute.
Oh,
I don't want to buy that again.
Then Omar can dip into it for the
For the 9th time.
do a power bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
That
that's a
would
good
be
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one. This is just I would be probably the only one who buys it, but I would love the Batman Alien crossover where you get the aliens that are like, you remember that the aliens have like can infect, or they put the bloods of like the rogues, so the aliens have like the person, like the features of the rogue gallery. I would just love to see that for the format. Man, I'd be like, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
I also would love a 0 hour absolute just because I want to have every crisis in absolute, and there's no zero.
You
I
should own less 0 hour, not more.
Because I can't even get through. I can't even get through the omnibus. Like it's not my
Jake,
era.
Do you have the Identity Crisis absolute?
I don't, because I found someone selling it for $40 sealed, and Jess talked me out of it.
Is that your whale now?
He said no. My most recent whale I got was Day Tripper, so I just got Day Tripper, and I'm getting JLA Avengers next month. But I don't think I really have a whale right now. Maybe Eternal when it gets reprinted.
So if we're doing any absolute, I gotta go Wasteland from Oni Press. This is one of my absolute favorite series of all time. Post-apocalyptic Western with amazing gray tone art from Christopher Mitten. Love this book. It would have to be a series of absolutes, but yeah, give me absolute Wasteland.
That's a good
I
series.
like that.
Do you have the hardcovers?
No, so I have the original singles, but as far as readability, I just picked up like when I actually want to reread it, I just have the compendiums. They're really well made. They don't crack. So plus it makes me feel like I'm reading a Sears catalog, and that makes me warm and fuzzy inside.
What's the Sears catalog?
I
Oh
hate
my
you
gosh.
so much.
And then
I
everyone
heard it
who
was
was
something
not
for
the
toilet
boys
paper.
just like floated away in dust in the wind.
I heard you use
have
it
you
for
ever seen-
toilet paper. That's what my idea of it is. Just
The Sears catalog?
it's from a
Didn't
movie.
Didn't people used to use that as toilet? Okay. Is Bunk's favorite series, but he doesn't have the super nice deluxe hardcovers.
Psycho
Okay,
Cleveland,
they're
the
not even
gatekeeping.
deluxe hardcovers.
They're standard size.
They are standard size. They are 3 volumes. The compendiums are 2. I have them in single issues, which have the walking the way spec matter. So, all right, listen, Cycle, step off, yo. You want to get an indie off, you'll probably win, but you're not on the stream.
gosh,
so I can
yes.
do this.
Aren't you guys like neighbors too? I feel like that'd be awkward if you guys get into a fight online, because then you have to see him out and about.
I mean, not really. Like, I'm on the west side of Cleveland. He's on the east side of Cleveland, which means like we
is
will
there beef
never
between
interact.
that? Like, are there like dueling gangs on the different sides of Cleveland?
Yeah, we like snap at each other.
You
Like,
guys probably
east
When
side,
you're at
west side,
that-
east side, west side,
You're
Cleveland.
gonna take 2-3 years of tap if you're on the east, and then 5 years of ballet.
This
on
is the lamest gang fight ever. I feel like you guys have probably eaten at Waffle House at the same time without knowing, like your backs are to each other.
Ooh, the Waffle House too.
Correction, Cycle's on the
Waffle
good
House
side.
is east side. We have family diners and things like that, but like Waffle House, I don't know that we
Waffle
have
House
those
is on
up
the
here,
east
but
side?
that's all east side.
That's another
What?
thing that stresses me out. Diners stress me out because like I have trouble making decisions. So if there's something with like 15 pages of menu and they're all just like text, like I get overwhelmed. That's why I like In-N-Out, because there's 3 things on the menu, and then I always know I'm making a good choice. But when there's like every dish imaginable at a diner, I get overwhelmed.
So your worst nightmare is going to a Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my god, it's so dark in
Or you need a
Cheesecake
bookmark.
Factory. There's like you need to use your phone light to read the menu, and the menu looks like an absolute, like it has a slipcase.
Dude, Jake and my girlfriend Isabel are the worst when it comes to menus. Isabel will like research it online, pull up their menu, spend an hour scrolling through, like, oh, that's what sounds good tonight. I go into the restaurant, they just put down the menu. I go, I want that one. Take it away.
Maybe my worst fear would be seeing an ostrich inside a Cheesecake Factory. But yes, that's why I like the more books I get, the more stressed I get about reading books, because I never know what to read next. So having a YouTube channel is nice because then I have a reason to read something. But when I'm left to my own devices, I have no idea what to read next. So that's why I'm always like texting someone being like, should I read this or this? And then they choose for me and I'm happy.
I have that problem too, though. I feel like I'm overwhelmed by my collection when it's time to read another book.
Yeah, it's I don't know, because I feel like every book you're reading, there's like 60 books you're not reading that you could be reading,
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a fun question. Do you guys have like a most embarrassing book that you haven't read that everybody says you should read? Like, is there like a gap in your reading list that's noteworthy?
It's like 90% of my collection.
So Usagi used to be mine until my vacation this week, and now I can cross.
We were supposed to read it together.
You said in the summer. It's the summer. Summer's almost over, bro.
Summer's almost over. He's right.
Summer's a state of mind.
We only got a month left.
But I thought
got
I
a
couldn't read. I
10
thought
state
I
of
couldn't
mind,
read Usagi until I watched that movie you were talking about.
Yo, let's frame it. I will absolutely watch TMNT 3 anytime you want, and we.
Do you want him to read the damn book, or do you want him to be like, no, I don't think so, Ben?
Ooh, I figured out what
that's a good question, though. I like that question. It's hard for me because I've been reading comics for 40 years, and I feel like I've read all the crap everybody's like, oh, you gotta read this. But you know what? You guys have been talking about it, so like, do a power bomb. I haven't read that yet, not because I'm snooty and it's only in trade paperback, but because I forgot.
Have you read Murder Falcon?
That's the
that was one of my favorite books last year. You going to bed, baby? Come here.
That one was definitely good.
Over the
it actually cheered me up.
I read
at the
Murder
end
Falcon
if you
and
saw
do
it.
a powerbomb at the same time, like back to back on a plane ride, and it was just like a 1-2 gut punch of like, I almost wish I hadn't read them so close together because I didn't have any time to sit with them, but like they are both phenomenal.
Yeah, and then you read Layla Starr, and you were like, huh, wasn't as emotionally impactful as I thought after just like,
oh yeah,
it went from your body.
I did Murder Falcon first, then do a powerbomb, then The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, like 3 indie books that I had been wanting to read for a while that like I've heard were great. And by the end of The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, I had nothing left to give.
Yeah.
But
you should have read Day Tripper at that point.
Oh, I just finished Day Tripper 2 days ago or yesterday, and I need to reread it again. I feel like I only scratched the surface of Day Tripper. Like there's so much more.
So I figured out what mine is, and it's blasphemous. I haven't read Preacher.
Ooh, me either. We because I always wanted the Absolutes because I love Absolutes. And Preacher, one of them was always out of print, and I could never get them in print at the same time. So I finally said screw it, and I bought the 2 Omnis. And then New Spooey said, "Hey, I found Preacher number 3 at Ollie's for like $30, and number 2 was still for sale, and number 1 was coming back out for a reprint." So I said, "You know what? I'll buy 3 from Spooey for $30. I'll buy number 2, and Jordan, I'll trade you the 2 Omnis if you pre-order me the first Absolute." So that just came out like 2 weeks ago. So that is definitely probably going to be mine and Jordan's next read.
Yeah. So speaking of the Absolutes, just to, for anyone who's watching who doesn't know the amazing level of quality that you get from ordering from OPB, I have my set of Absolute Preacher from OPB crew. Show that V-neck. Show that V.
Yeah, puff off down.
Yes.
It's not deep enough.
Okay,
it's not deep
now.
But anyway, So I have my set of absolute preachers to thank from the OPB stream, which I've never been to and never spent any money. If I've ever gotten anything, it's because I got it for free. But this is what qualified as damage on there. There's a little tiny tear right there in the plastic. Slipcase itself is in perfect condition. And there's a tiny little tear right there. And that means it's not sellable. You can't sell it in pristine condition. And so OPB considers this damage.
I would send that back in a heartbeat.
But that was my gain. It was sold as damaged. This is not something I bought new and it was like this. I bought this in damaged condition. So if this is their damages, you know, the stuff that they're selling new, mwah, chef's kiss, pristine.
Listen, okay, I have a comment to make about that. Now, there's only 6 people who work in the warehouse. I am actually quality control. So it comes in from the shipper. You know, I open up each box. I look at every single book that we get that ships out. So I have to make sure that everything is damaged. So I told JP when he hired me on the first day, I said, dude, I collect, I read books. I collect books. If you want to make a difference, you cannot send anything that you wouldn't want to buy yourself as, oh, this is perfectly fine. So I'm like, if you're going to let me do this or, help you, if I say it's damaged, you can't send it. Because he was sending out, he would get the books. It was dinged up and then be like, no, that's fine. And I'd be like, you can't do that. And then he'd be like, they're not going to care. And I'm like, bro, if I would care, they're going to care.
I feel that because at my job, I work in high-end audio. And when people buy things, they have 60 days to return it. But we scope every square inch of it because if there's one thing that's not perfect, we have to sell it as blemished, which is 15% off. And it was weird because at first, I'm the kind of guy too. Oh, the box still has a crink in it. That's fine to me. The speaker's fine. But they're like, nope, these collectors, man, are anal about everything. So it's really changed my perspective on what is in perfect condition and what's not,
Well, when one speaker is $150,000, I expect that thing to be shiny.
Not all of our speakers are $130,000.
I'll do the $150 one, and it'll sound better than the $150,000.
Oh dang! Shots fired.
It's because your wiring doesn't cost $15,000.
Yeah, it's crazy when it's I'm holding just 2 pairs, one pair of speaker wire, and it's $40,000 of speaker wire, and I'm like, this is more than my car, and it's being used as a wire. Audiophiles are crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
I thought of a book that I've pre-ordered at OPB, and I haven't read it yet. I've got the digital, but still haven't read it. It's Astro City, so I'm very much.
Ooh, I haven't read that either, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, I haven't read that.
Yeah, I did cross off one on my list in May when I was on vacation. I read all the Black Sads that have been put out, and that was
I haven't heard of that.
That was amazing.
Oh
wow! Why is it sticky? Why is it sticky? It looks it looks a little sticky, a little crusty. Did you have that at a young age?
No. This was actually sent to me by someone who worked on the books. One of the letters from Comic Craft. He sent me an advanced copy of Metro Book 2 and a whole bunch of extras, including this big old boy.
Nice.
Funk, is it just mirror? Whenever someone brings up Astro City, I think of Valerian.
That sci-fi movie?
Well, the sci-fi comic book, but yeah.
There we go, Cycle. It's a bachelor party. Things are gonna get sticky. I love when the V-neck started coming out. I needed to see some skin.
Yeah, I feel like I have too many buttons on with seeing all those V-necks going on there with Tyler and Chris. So yeah, I kind of feel like it's we need to loosen that V. I feel like we need to get that deep V going on.
I love.
Oh, David's got it going on too. I don't think that's actually a V, but I think it is now.
Hey man, listen. When you're fat, you got to get a little bit more neck room because you sweat a lot, bro.
So about this V-neck, Omar, none of us wanted V-necks. We were very clear. And then if you know the YouTuber OmniBuddy, he selected for all of us.
Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch. He selected on behalf of all of us after all of us said we didn't want V-necks that there were going to be V-necks.
And JP decided not to say, okay, is this just Mitch or everyone else? No, he just went with Mitch's choice.
Was Mitch gonna make it tonight? Was he invited?
He was. In fact, we did it at 7:00 because I think that's the time he said he was free, and then he said today that he wasn't free.
He omni-dogged you?
He
got
omni-dogged. Mitch doesn't have his own stream right now going on right now. It's competition.
Is Jess still streaming?
Yes.
He is. I just clicked on and he was showing his bookshelf.
What is going on?
What did everybody say, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Sorry, I had to put my little one to bed. As far as like what you all haven't read that everybody's like, oh, you got to read this.
I said Astro City.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Mine is probably going to be Usagi or Preacher.
Mine was Preacher.
But now that I have all 3 absolutes as of like a week or 2 ago, me and Jordan can read them.
Unnatural.
Jess is claiming he might. Dude, I feel like no one's going to be awake still.
I mean, that's
Jess is
in
going
a
on
minute.
4 hours.
In 1 minute, it will be
Yeah, after
midnight.
midnight.
So
What
calm
was,
down, West Coast there.
What was Tyler's and David?
Mine would probably be Black Hammer.
Oh, it's good. I read the first one like earlier today. I
Yeah.
pulled it up.
I'm slacking on like indie or smaller titles, so I need to really dive deep into that.
What about you, David?
Unnatural.
Wait, the Merca and Dolpha series?
Yeah, the
That's your shame that you haven't
Ben,
read?
quit gatekeeping, man. We talked about this shit. You can't gatekeep. If
No,
that's what David
I
is,
love
that's
Merca,
just-
man, but that's weird. That like, it's a shame I've never read that.
I've never even.
I
I've
haven't
never
seen those pig titties.
You're such a jerk. Yeah. Well, it's right
Dog,
between my
it's like people
Watchmen.
shaming people say, you ever
Right-
read Goiter?
right between Dark Phoenix Saga, but I gotta get to Unnatural one day. What an a-hole.
I
No,
love.
it's-
I
I'll
love
be
what's
that
going
guy
on in
for
the chat
all of
right
us.
now.
We were all thinking it.
Cycle saying he will be awake, and then response about Jess Viagra gives him an incredible
I
stamina.
think he's rolling solo this weekend. I think Patty's out of town, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, nice.
So he might be awake, and then got to get up at like 2 p.m. Is there a book that you all have read that everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is a masterpiece. You're gonna love it," and then you were like, "Man, this is."
I didn't like the
Sucks.
authority. I didn't like the authority. I only read the first one.
The Warren Ellis stuff, or
yeah,
the
I just felt the Warren Ellis stuff. I felt just completely thrown into this world. And then when I saw Jess, he was like, "No, you got to read this obscure like aliens crossover that's never been released in any format." Like in
you
order to
don't
get
have
what's
to
going on.
read that.
And I'm like trying to like track it
Doesn't
down,
help.
and I just felt like by the end of it, I liked it, but the entire time it was a slog to get through. And I feel like I didn't like the characters until the series ended. But like, and then by that point, I was like, okay, I wish I had felt this way at the beginning, but it just took me. I also think that it was I had maybe just done too much reading because I had just done back to back. Did Do a Powerbomb, Murder Falcon, Mini Deaths of Layla Starr, and then went to the Authority, and it just didn't have like I don't know this essence that like grabbed me.
I do feel like the
Oh.
second half is better than the first half.
You didn't like Day Tripper? I just finished that yesterday. and it-
Elon, I thought so much of you as a comic reader. But now I'm judging you so hard.
Man,
You
you
have
are
such good
your-
taste usually.
Your supervillain name should be Gatekeeper.
Dude, I'll take it. Because
Really
again,
good at it, Ben.
I am
The more
I
you
am
drink,
saying the things that we are all thinking.
no, not at all. I mean, Jake is wrong, and so is Elon. Like,
We're
I'm
all
keeping
wrong on a
quiet.
lot of
Like,
things
I'm,
here.
What-
because I mean,
I'm
I
just
can have like,
willing
I
to
have books
say it.
like that.
What is your superpower? Is the city like what the hell is that? Like, I don't get it.
Come on, that is so awesome. Like, I'm sure Grant Morrison was sitting there going, "Damn it! I wish I had
Omar,
thought of
your
that. I
think
did a
his
street.
opinion
I
on the
should have done a city."
powers.
Have you read Doom Patrol, like Danny the Street, like right?
Yeah,
Like,
I thought that was
Morrison
cool.
sitting there going, "I should have done the city. I should have done the city. Damn it."
I
So,
don't know, but yeah.
The one that I figured, or I think it's more I hyped it up for myself because I wanted these to come out as an omnibus for so long, was No Man's Land. I thought it was it's kind of long, drawn out. Definitely should have finished like 50 issues faster than what it did.
Like at the
I feel like
beginning.
Jordan was reading those books for like months. Like for months,
They-
I'd be like, I read this. What are you reading? And he's like, I'm still on Road to No Man's Land. 3 months
Okay.
go by, and he's like, I'm on No Man's Land Volume 1 now. 6 months go by. Like he was reading that
It's
forever. Are you
it's
even done?
repetitive. Yeah, I'm done.
It's
but
not a Silver Age book, Jordan.
it's
like
it's repetitive to me. Like I'm reading it and I'm going through and I get like 3-4 issues in. I'm like, I could put this down for a moment and read something else in the meantime. So
It's
it was
a
just a
long
lot
read.
of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is,
I mean,
I like to learn what people don't like because everybody has a different taste, right? Like, and no matter what you suggest to somebody, you're always going to have somebody in the comments. It's like, are you an idiot? Why would you suggest that?
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you, Tyler? What is the one book that people are like, dude, you got to read this? It'll change your life.
Ice Cream Man was one for me.
No, I
Literally an
love
Ice Cream Man page right there.
Yeah, did not love Ice Cream Man.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, good.
No,
Rip them apart, Ben.
I'm just saying, like you're hurting my insides. Like
I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Okay,
like,
so the
hurt
thing
me.
that I'll say about Ice Cream Man is I kind of got the vibe of when I was like a really big fan of Rick and Morty, where I kept wanting it to be more overarching plot, but they were just telling like these one-off tales. So once I stopped expecting more overarching plot, I liked it. But that was like my least favorite overview to film because I wanted to have a funny intro. So I went to an ice cream shop and ordered a ice cream cone. And then I get back to my area to film. And this was when I was filming by myself because I wanted there to be like me eating an ice cream cone for the beginning of the video. But I forgot that these lights that I have are just melting the ice cream cone. So it's like melting all over me as I'm trying to shoot this intro. And it was my worst performing video I've ever done. It got like 30 views. And I don't know why I suffered through the ice cream
your
cone
Ice
debacle.
Cream Man shorts do really well.
The Ice Cream Man shorts are like some of my most popular videos. So it's just crazy. The algorithm giveth, the algorithm taketh away.
I think my Ice Cream Man video did horrible too. I think it had like maybe 3 comments, and one was someone just hating me for not liking Ice Cream Man.
Wait, so you did a review and
Tyler,
you said you didn't like the book? I feel like that's honest.
Yeah,
so
I
talk
gave
to me. Like, what is it that doesn't click with you about Ice Cream Man?
so.
Do you at least like the art?
Yes, the art doesn't bother me. I do.
It doesn't bother me. What a compliment right there.
I'm not going to say it blew me away. It definitely didn't blow me away, but I do like tip my hat off to like a lot of the ways that they're like telling stories throughout the book. Like that impressed me a lot. But I do blame it on that I'm not a huge fan of like episodic or anthology style of comic books. So that's probably the main reason I didn't like it. I am the type that likes an overarching story. So I do blame it on that, but that's just who I am. I can't help that sometimes.
Have you read the Image horror anthology series, The Silver Coin?
Oh, that's
no, but I do want to read that. Yeah.
So I'd be super curious because that's even more anthology episodic because it's like every issue is a different writer. So it's like, with Ice Cream Man, there's sort of a loose mythology that exists, but it doesn't really carry through. Is that a Batman book?
That's
Brave
a
and the Bold
Batman anthology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. There you go. Yeah. But Silver Coin, it's like literally a different creative team every issue. And so it's like there's no carryover. I mean, I think there have been some issues that have brought it through, but I'd be curious to see if that one clicks with you more than Ice Cream Man. Like Ice Cream Man is like, you want to talk about niche? Like that's super niche. Like that's a lot of existential horror. It's like the horror in the everyday and the human condition. So I totally get when like people don't love it. Like I'm going to like be angry about it, but I get it.
Ben's like, I need a 50-page paper with citations on why you do not like this comic.
No. Like I get it. I'm angry about it, but I get it. I understand you. It angers my soul.
I mean, there was some issues that I did enjoy, like the
so we moved on from didn't bother to enjoy. I like the Falling Man.
Yeah,
Tyler,
Man one.
You don't have to explain yourself, man. Who cares about that?
I have a funny story with Jordan about the Brave and the Bold comic book series. When I was on your stream the other day, Omar,
you were on my stream.
Yeah, we're doing the solicitations.
That's right.
You forgot about me?
Wow. Dude, I do a video every day.
Okay,
As you're
so-
talking right now, I'm trying to figure out how to download these freaking files.
So they announced like the collected edition of the Batman the Brave and the Bold, and you
Oh,
go
yeah.
Jake, you're like, have you read this, because it's like the name of your channel? And I go, oh, I haven't, but Jordan has. And you, as a joke, said, oh, we should get Jordan on here. Jordan runs upstairs, pokes his head into the room with like a big smile, and goes like, "Can I join? Can I join?" But
That's
it wasn't
adorable.
my stream, so I was like,
You didn't
"Get
let
outta here."
him. You
And I
were like,
shut the
"Get out."
door.
Back into the basement where you belong.
I was like, back
You're like-
downstairs.
Even
Go back
after
with my- go
Omar
back with my
said,
mother-in-law.
"Can we get
and the
Jordan?"
boys.
That was the day with your mother-in-law. Oh my god.
You were busy hanging out with the mother-in-law. That's what a wingman, Jordan. Well done.
No, the things I do for him, the things I do for love.
Yes.
What about you, Chris? What's the one book that everybody's like, this is a masterpiece?
I wouldn't say I dislike this one because I really do like the author.
Apparently, Up
It's
in the
just
Sky, right?
I'm more meh on it, and it's more because I'm not really big into the characters. Is Hickman's Fantastic Four.
Hmm.
I'm just meh on it. I don't dislike it. I've read it twice. I think it's just because I'm not a Fantastic Four kind of celebrator. So
Gotcha.
That's one of my.
I'm gonna give you
upcoming
one
reads.
that I couldn't get into, and people were like, "Oh, you're gonna love it." Kill or Be Killed.
Oh, Ed Brubaker?
Yeah,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
yeah. I couldn't like. Maybe it's just, yeah, there you go. Yes, I tried. I read like because we had another. I think we had one of them damaged. So I'm like, I'll read it. Why not? And I couldn't get into it. I read maybe like 100 pages, and I'm like, I don't want to finish this. So it's like in there as you gotta finish it to just kind of finish it. It's still it's one of those that you're like, you have to read it for the sake of, oh, I read this already, but I still haven't finished it. I'm just like, it's not on my priority. But people are like, oh, it's so good. 100 Bullets. That one's also been recommended to me because of Kill or Be Killed, and I'm just like, I don't know. 100 Bullets is good.
It's so different,
it's
though.
It's very good. I highly recommend it.
Okay. Well,
That one's different than Kill or Be Killed.
Kill or Be Killed. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have a book that didn't wow you, Omar?
Oh, I have a lot. But I'm curious what Ben is gonna pick. Let him go first.
It's gonna be the nichest indie book you've ever heard of.
Is it
What up, Omni Nation?
No, he
Yeah.
likes indie
Continuing
books. So I'm
for-
sure it's something
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, no.
He's
It's,
gonna say the Bible or something.
Yeah, I couldn't get into
Book of Job.
Paul's characterization.
Yeah.
Like just going through, I didn't believe his motivations. When he denied Christ, I was like, "Come on, really?"
And we're not into that whole
no,
New Testament thing with
Also, if you're gonna kill the
Thank you.
character, why bring him back?
Thank you,
I
Chris.
hate when they
for saying-
resurrect
You're
characters.
still talking about the Bible? What is wrong with you?
He already
It's
said
like
he's not monetizing it, so it's fine. It's fine. But-
If you kill a character, have them stay dead. It cheapens it.
Yeah.
No, so mine isn't a title. Mine is a writer. And Omar, if you were ever on your Discord, you would know about this. 'cause,
Go
like,
in there from
people.
time to
Don't say Great House.
No. I like to call Josh out, but no, like I legit like Bang. No, it's Grant Morrison. Just like period. Like
Not a fan of Grant Morrison's writing.
I try. Like
You like Animal Man?
I have not done Animal Man, but like a lot of Grant Morrison's greatest hits, like I go through and I have read his Batman run multiple times because on paper it's everything I should like. Like I love a meta commentary, I love a story within a story. Like I am so signed up when like if you were just telling me here's Morrison's run on X, I'm like done. I'm there. I'm all about that. And then I read it and I don't like his voice for characters. And so when I actually read a story, I don't enjoy reading it. Like I can appreciate what he's doing, which is why I continue to go through. But whether it's Morrison's Batman or Final Crisis or I mean, Elon, I already called you out over here, but yeah, like what's there was another one I had over here that I mean, Morrison's Batman is the one that like I call out and people like yell at me. And again, I get it. I deserve that yelling at. But, Morrison is one that like I go back to because again, I appreciate what he is doing and I would love to love it. And I want to love it. Like I've read as far as like Batman runs from beginning to end, I have done Morrison's run more than most other writers. Because every time I read it, I'm like, maybe this is the time I'm going to appreciate it. And I don't like his talking voices for characters. I don't like the way that his stories flow. And I just don't appreciate Morrison as a writer.
So now what's your takes on his Wonder Woman run?
Earth One.
Yeah.
I have it. I haven't read it because again, it's like one of those things that I own it and I'm like, do I want to read something I think I'll like, or I will like just like force myself to read.
So you've read the Batman by Morrison, and you've read their run on Final Crisis, which kind of ties into the Batman.
Yep,
run.
yep. I've done Bruce
Doom
Wayne.
Okay, what was the
I
other
have
work
not
that
done.
you did?
I'm sorry.
What was the other work that you read?
No, I've done a bunch of them. Because there was another one that I was looking at.
Have you done when they're allowed to just have fun and be Morrison without restricted themselves to like? Okay, like I was thinking of things like Joe the Barbarian or We Three.
We Three was another where it's just like it should be this super fun animal story, and
No, it's
again,
not super fun at all.
well, it's it's a depressing story of an animal amalgamation that gets put through. It's Home Alone. Like I bought it for no, I did not like We Three. Joe the Barbarian is fine. I've heard you talk about it, and I love your passion for it. And I honestly, I wish I felt the same way about it. Like I read it, and like I get excited, and I'm just like, there's something about his narrating voice that just does not click with me, where everything feels super inauthentic. Like Batman Incorporated is one of my least favorite Batman runs of anything.
Okay,
and
I would I feel that. I would say give Animal Man a chance if you're up for reading another one of Vay's books, but like because Animal Man is my favorite of Grant Morrison's books. I feel like I like Multiversity too, but Animal Man for me was my favorite. And I'm interested in what you think about the voice of that character because I thought the voice of Buddy Baker in that story was super compelling.
Yeah, and it's one of those like I feel like of anything that they've written, Animal Man is probably the one that has the best chance of landing for me at this point. But it's also like, once bitten.
It's a fun animal story.
I mean, life is too short to not enjoy the books you're reading.
And that's
unless you do it for a living, right?
Yeah.
Don't just move on. If Morrison is not for you, I have several writers I don't enjoy any of their work, and I've tried several times, but I feel that, yeah.
And that's where it comes down to, where I'm just like, I could read this other thing that I know people say is great, and maybe I would like it, or I could read this other thing that I think has a better chance of me enjoying, and that's kind of where it comes down to.
David, what was you said Kill or Be Killed? That's right. Kill or Be Killed.
Dang, I feel like this was a whole video topic on its own.
I feel like we could keep going with that same question. I feel like there's more.
I feel like you're about to clip this and like you're gonna have like videos for the next week where like every one of these it's just like you won't believe what the uncanny Omar said he didn't like.
Bunkmaster B hates Batman.
Yeah, and people are gonna be
you
like,
gotta be more
hates indie horror.
You got to be more clickbaity than that. It's got to be like Grant Morrison ruined Bunkmaster B's wedding night. Something really weird that will get people's attention.
Yeah. There we go.
It's true.
Read
it's
the
true.
Coyote
In the middle
Gospel.
Of, vows with my wife. I was telling her how much I loved her and how I was going to care for her, and then I was just like, wait a second, but he brought back the Lazarus Pits, and Joker has super personalities.
Dude, that Joker story that everybody hates, I freaking love because
the
it's a
prose
book,
one
right?
where it's just
it's a book, and everybody's like, "What's a book doing in my comic book?"
I don't mind the prose.
Well,
I bought that off the shelf,
the clown that
and
came
I
to
was
town,
reading
or-
through it,
There's
and it
too
just
many
like
words in my picture book.
it's
that was
not
you
even
when
there's
you were
too many
reading it, right?
words. It's not well written.
Ouch.
Oof.
Shots fired.
If I'm
Val
gonna read
said
prose,
Omar.
there's
I
so many
have a
other
lot.
things I would rather read.
I have a lot of books. I mean, you read comics for so many years. Of course, not like you're gonna find some that don't click with you that people go on and on about, and I just more power to you. If you enjoy, that's all that matters. The comics that speak to me that don't speak to anybody else. So I've said a lot. Batman Year 2 got a deluxe edition. Okay, just saying.
And I bought it. I don't
Hey,
know
Jordan,
why.
You, Gordon.
Who spent more? How much was your copy of the deluxe edition?
30. I paid full price.
I'm very proud of you, Jordan.
I just love that the sticker's still on it.
Oh, those always
Well, I
stickers
think-
don't come off.
Have
That
you
thing's
read
not
it yet?
getting No, I can't read it until Omar signs it.
I've
That
read
is
it.
Ridiculous.
I've
And
read
writes a
it.
personalized note.
Again, you'll
Omar,
see what
I
they
gotta
based
say-
off of Mask of the Phantasm off of.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, they
true.
did, but
I'm getting a Mask of the Phantasm T-shirt any day now. They
Okay,
just
wear
they
that
just
and
dropped
read
a
year 2.
What year were you born, Jake?
96.
I was taking a girl out on a date to go see Mask of the Phantasm in 1992. You were born in 1996.
Well,
the year I
Jordan was probably
graduated.
born in 2000.
fuck off. I was born at the tail end of the 90s. So,
Good
yeah,
for
that was-
you. You could tell it in the 90s.
I was born in 98. So,
Tommy Dog's live show just ended. We beat him. That's all that matters.
Now
I
he's
thought it was
coming here.
$5.
I mean, is he?
Okay, how about this? What if he comes in and the end
Oh,
of
yeah.
the show is him coming in and then we kick him?
I say as soon as he comes in and says hello, just end the stream.
Let's have him come in. Yeah, that's great. What if
Or
you're
we
like,
just give him
"And
the cold shoulder. He gets in and he's like, "What's up, everyone?" And everyone just goes stone silent, and we just. Sit
I also
there for
feel like
5
he's
minutes.
not gonna join.
He may
You beat
surprise
him.
you. He may have taken some pills and he's ready to stay up for a couple more hours.
Hey.
Oh,
He's not
we're
bad
taking
at
pills
it.
now. Oh, it's gonna be that
He
kind of
doesn't
bachelor
drink, so
party.
he's got to do something.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have a lot of books on the list that I'm not a fan of. Like I don't get Love and Rockets. Never got it. I've tried to read it several times. Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man. I get why people love it. It's just not my era. Like, I read the original stuff. Didn't need to read the 2000 version. Somebody said The Walking Dead. Yeah, I don't get that one at all. Like, none of the characters were like.
And that's like one of Jordan's most important like books of all. I think it was on
Oh,
his 5.
yeah.
It truly
Wait,
is.
I have a good question. So for those of you who haven't done the 5 comic book challenge, what are some books that would be on yours?
What's the 5 comic book challenge? Somebody explain it to me really
Yeah,
quick.
it's
those are the
Bunkmaster B's 5 comic
Wait,
challenge.
should we let Ami Dog
Yes.
in?
Are
we gonna-
So I
What's up, bitches?
You just got him demonetized. Why would you come in like that?
Why wouldn't I come in like that?
What is your
For
problem?
5
This guy's
hours.
trying to make a buck.
Are you even a professional? What are you doing falling asleep on your couch there?
He's comfortable. That's all that matters.
He's
Dude,
gold
this is
blooming.
not one of my live streams. I
He
don't
is
have to
gold
put up a
blooming.
front. I don't have to have no books in the background.
He doesn't even have pants on. He's just chilling.
Oh, I got
Wow.
pants.
You
Goodbye.
pay extra for that.
I heard Bunk was stripping and that Jake was crying, so I had to come.
I wasn't crying.
Well, just for that, you get another button gun.
Oh.
Jess,
Whoa!
how long have you known about this stream, Jess?
I told Jake that I would come as soon as my show is done, and my show is not done.
I hear they were paying you to stay on so you wouldn't come on the show.
They
You get
were.
paid?
Wait, they're paying him to not come on, but they're not paying the groom to be now that our channel can actually get super chats.
Oh,
We still haven't got one yet.
You are milking it, dude. You are so milking it. I was getting super chats to stay in my stream.
Jess, he's been milking it for the last year.
Oh boy, you're.
I haven't been engaged for a year.
I know.
What are we milking?
He's saying I'm milking the wedding. I'm
Bunk.
milking the engagement. If I
Yeah.
can't milk it on my bachelor party, what's the point?
We're milking Bunk with that button taken off.
Easy now.
I mean,
You know, if he has nipples, you can milk it.
If that doesn't get you viewers,
That's literally
I
how
can't
deep
wait
the
know
for this
what
to
will.
become a gift from
That
John.
James.
That is
Dave.
seriously how
Yeah.
deep the V-neck is on those OPB shirts that JP bought us.
No,
Yeah, I
that's
can
what
imagine
Mitch's is.
about
Mitch is
those.
like, it's just nothing but a V. Just
Yeah.
Nothing but a V thing, baby.
Jess, what's a book you hate that everybody else loves?
A book I hate that everybody else.
Everybody was like, "This is a masterpiece. You're gonna love it."
That's what these
Identity
guys are
crisis.
saying, and I hate it.
No. I'm
No,
asking
no,
you
we're all-
what's
yeah.
a book that you hate that everybody else loves.
Like
We
people
went-
said,
we
you're
went
gonna love
around
this.
and talked
Yeah,
about
you're
our
gonna love
least
this
favorite
book,
books.
and then you read it and it didn't hit for you. Like for me, it was The Authority. I read it and I didn't really like it.
Don't worry, Ben already went off. Go. Well, what's yours, Jess?
Yeah, why
That's a
should
weird
we-
thing to say as that comment is on the screen.
He went off.
God
hard,
loves,
dude.
man kills.
Lord.
I
Josh ain't never opened up a goddamn X-Men book in his life.
think
For
Razor.
Wolverine.
I think Razor has it there. I am not a fan of the Killing Joke.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about that.
Yeah, I don't care what you
love the
say.
Killing Joke.
Jess, I changed your mind about Identity Crisis. I'm going to change your mind about the Killing Joke.
I don't think so.
We get Omar adjusting the
Oh.
camera. We get like a close in, like
Maybe you haven't read The Killing Joke with the right coloring. Which version did you read?
Jess?
Hmm?
Jess, did you read the original coloring or the remastered coloring?
I read it once, and that was enough.
Have you?
None of the
You
coloring
haven't
has not
read
been
it
ended
since
it.
then. You didn't dig
No,
it back then.
Well, does the recoloring change how the writing is? Like with Barbara Gordon getting stripped naked, thrown in front of her father after being beaten, and then shot in the spine. Has that
Whoa,
This,
Jess.
this,
This
This
is
took a
a
dark
kids
turn.
channel here.
this is a bachelor party. Let's get some brevity.
Yeah, man, that's evil people exist.
Razor said
This is
challenge
a
accepted.
reflection of what
Get
was
Jess to buy the
happening.
absolute Killing Joke.
not
Yes.
I'm gonna get him.
I
to
feel
buy
like you need to get a beer and come back and sell them on the absolute.
No,
Killing
I'm not
Joke.
gonna do. I was just, I was curious. What's the one book that everybody else like? I think we all have a list of books that we don't get that everybody else just keeps going on about. Like
Oh,
Psycho
Luminary
Cleveland
broke
wants
my
me to
heart.
try to read freaking Love and Rockets again for like the
Oh.
80th time.
Love and Rockets is another one that I
Yeah.
do not get.
Dude, like all the indie guys, like I bet Ben's like, oh my god, Love and Rockets is the greatest thing ever. It's the best love story ever.
I've never read
Oh,
Love
when
and
you read it, you're gonna
Rockets.
go back and
Wow, you're our indie correspondent.
I also haven't read Strangers in Paradise, even though it's behind me in every video.
What you own a print from Strangers in Paradise? I thought
no, I don't.
it's in black and white. I assume it's a print. What's back there?
So the behind me is Ice Cream Man right there, and then up
Oh,
above,
Tyler's favorite story. Got it.
exactly. Up above is one of my sketched on Daniel Warren Johnson prints. So that's the original characters, and then he drew Beta Ray Bill onto it for me. And then I have
James,
another
link those
one
videos.
that's the Do a Power Bomb, where he drew Murph from Murder Falcon in a wrestler unitard.
And then in his trash can, you'll find Morrison books.
This is true. This is not wrong at all. I don't take that trash can out. I keep the trash can there just so that it can stay.
So you own Morrison books, even though you
Yeah.
don't like their writing.
Yeah, like everybody else, I have a curated collection, and I think like it is an important part of Batman. Like I totally get that, and so I have Morrison's Batman run, and every so often I'm like, maybe this will be the time, and I read it, I'm like, nope. But it's like you can't have Batman of that era without having that there. I mean, Jess, you were just talking about Chip Zdarsky's failsafe Batman. Like Batman of Zero-N-R just came up there. If you read the Detective Comics run that Rum V is doing right now, Barbados is, coming through big there. Like he put ideas that, for better or for worse, are a big part of Batman right now. And if and I, like everybody else here, I like to think I have a well-curated collection that covers. Okay,
Just kidding.
but I'd like to think that like I have a collection that covers like the important comic parts, and that means having Grant Morrison Batman. And yes, I like everybody else, I ran through the toilet paper shortages of COVID, and if it comes up again, the Batman Incorporated Deluxe Edition I think would be great sliding up there.
Elon, I thought that's what the Sears catalog was used for.
Oh, call back to earlier. Jess, one of my questions was that we asked earlier was, what's the most you've double dipped in a book? Like, have you triple dipped or quadruple dipped of different formats of any book?
Sextuple dipped.
Yeah, let me think of how many times I've dipped in Harley Quinn.
That sounds dirty. Can we not clip that section?
I retract that statement.
Yeah.
How many times have I double dipped Harley Quinn books? I have.
Can we get Bar on here?
We have. I think it's like 4 a.m. there, or no, actually, she might be waking up.
No, it's like early in the morning now, right?
It's like 8:30.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a job now. She's got to go to work.
I have a lot of these Harley Quinns that are here in singles, and I also have them in these book formats. So that's only double dipping. That may actually be the most I've dipped. I don't think I've triple dipped. If I've triple dipped on Harley, that would be the book I would do it on. But I don't think I think that I've just got everything in singles as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think does it count if Jess didn't remember if he owned it already? And that does count as a
double dipping counts if you bought the book twice.
And don't think you're going to come here and steal Judge Anderson Volume 2.
Oh, so you're not even going to notice.
It's already in my safe deposit box. I already took it away.
What is wrong with you?
I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. You are not
Judge
Anderson Volume 2.
Yes, I have never taken anything from you besides the Transformers vinyl that you were throwing away anyway.
Since this is a bachelor party, can we see inside the Omar box that's supposed to be shipped to Jess upon your death?
I can show you where, since Patty's not here, where the Stripper from Mars videos are that are going into
Did you dip into the Strippers of Mars?
No, they are still sealed.
They're still undipped.
Wow.
I have no idea what these are, but a fan sent them to me, and I was like, I can't get rid of these, Patty. A fan sent them to me, and besides, they're still sealed, so I haven't watched them.
I can't believe they're hidden.
I thought he was gonna pull that book, and the bookcase was gonna flip over, and it was just gonna be all smut.
It's two poles that go straight down into his sub basement.
Yeah.
I love that they're on DVD. Like it's a physical copy.
Hey, at least they're not VHS.
A fan and Good Faith sent them to me, so I mean, I'm not gonna throw them away.
Well, you don't have to throw them away.
Once you're done, are you going to do a review on them?
Can we do a watch party with them?
Oh, next batteries, we'll talk about strippers from another world.
I highly doubt anyone will ever find out when I've watched them.
Now, when does Patty get back?
Make a video of.
Just when does Patty get back?
Tomorrow.
You better leave now and start watching.
Already freaking 12:35.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, I'm not watching them tonight.
Wink, wink. I got you.
Yeah, no, James.
I haven't bought any of. I don't think I ever, dude. Once I found the internet, I was like, well, I don't need any more VHS. It just that idea went.
But what about the articles? You need the articles. You need the magazine. You know,
What about bondage fairies? You need bondage fairies.
You remember bondage fairies? Yeah, I gave that to my
Some
buddy.
of us have been here since the beginning of the AMAs.
I gave that stuff to my buddy Sloth. That guy is. I don't think he's ever gonna find a woman. So he ended up with all my hentai and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, do whatever you want with these, man. They're yours now. I don't need this stuff.
The appropriate name for the friend, Sloth. I'm gonna give you all my smut. There you
Oh
go.
my god, that guy was so
Should I
slow.
give someone my copy of Naughty and Nice now that I'm getting married? Should I pass
Well,
it
no,
on?
that's
to a
that's
single-
different though. That's art, right? This stuff was straight up like
Yeah.
weird
is art.
Japanese, like, you know. And I'm not knocking it if
Tentacle
you
stuff,
if
yeah.
you like that stuff, like Josh. You know, I'm not judging you. That's cool if that's your kink. That's whatever, you know. I'm a weird guy. I like weird things too, but it wasn't for me. Yeah, this bunch of fairies having sex with like animals and stuff, and dude, and the reason I got it was back in the day they didn't release a lot of manga in America that was in trade paperback format, and that was like one of the few books they released. Like out of all the manga that, not that we even had a lot, but we had like a small selection. That was one of the books they released in trade paperback format.
What did you do? They went straight into my Omar box, but what did you do with the copies of Druna, the Maniac Matt sent us?
I got them. I showed a little bit in my haul, but
You did?
it's beautiful. I mean, look, I still have like, that's why I said the Naughty and Nice things. That stuff is.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, that stuff is. I mean, if you look at like the Manara erotica,
Oh, yeah.
there's penetration and there's like with
That's
not just
amazing.
humans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the golden ass.
but-
There's a reason, you know, ass is a double.
Oh yeah, the
entendre
golden
there.
ass.
Wait,
like that story.
okay. I've never heard of these books. I feel like you got to bust one out and show me what a piece of art it looks like.
Yeah, Omar, bust one out on stream.
That's what
Can you bust? Can
First
you
time
bust
that's gonna
out
happen
all
today.
over us?
I
can't
I can
because they're in the bot.
Yeah,
I can just
mine are
hear the
downstairs.
YouTube email coming through. It's just telling us to take this down.
Like, I actually keep that stuff because I actually love Manara's art, and it's weird and creepy and totally sexual if it's called erotica. Now he does like there's also the Manara library that doesn't have the erotic side, just has like nudity and stuff. But he draws, you know, really pretty ladies, and yeah, I think that's about the only smutty thing I own now, outside of things that some of my viewers have sent me.
Fire.
Dude, there's the internet. I don't need to own any of this stuff. Did you not hear me earlier? 1997, man, just changed the way I thought. I was like, I don't need to buy anything else anymore.
I feel like Berserk's not too far off that though. As far
Well,
as
funny enough, Jordan's
pretty
not allowed to
close.
buy Berserk. His girlfriend won't let him. He wants to read
Dude,
Berserk. but
that's a
his
video
girlfriend
right
won't let
there.
him.
My girlfriend won't let me buy Berserk.
Oh my god! Think of the thumbnail we could make. It's just Jordan like pouting.
No Berserk for you.
You could have your hand over your face, like the
Yeah.
victim videos.
And it's like
believe
her.
my
She's
girlfriend
looking at
won't
the
let me-
book. She's looking at the book and she's horrified.
Hey,
I have a
I'd
dirty
love-
book.
I'd love to
after
do. I'd love to see Jordan do a read through of Berserk 1 with his girlfriend, and they just open it up, and it's just that first page where Guts is going at it with like a demon succubus, and then he like blows her away with his gun arm, and just like I imagine that like Jordan is gonna open page 1. Maybe he gets page 2 flip, and then just Isabel is gonna come on over and just like close it, and then just like put it back in the box, and it's gone.
Listen,
No Golden Age arc, no Nosferatu Zod. It's just like page 1, page 2, done.
listen. I have Goblin Slayer, and I don't think she's realized that they're wrapped books. So
So I got
I'm
sent
just
these
saying.
after I did my
We're never
girlfriend
monetizing.
opens.
Prom Queen. Yeah.
After my girl, I did a video where I had a bunch of hauls. Like I had like 10 boxes arrive at the same time. So the video was I let my girlfriend do the unboxing and just like get mad at me for how much I spent. So OPB sent me some books and said do another girlfriend unboxing. And to make it look like I ordered them, he threw these books in.
David,
So that
was
was-
that you?
I
Were you in
remember
charge
that.
of that one, David?
I remember that because he was like, "I'm gonna send him these books," and I'm like, "Oh, all right." Does he want to read them? And he's like, "No," but I'm gonna send them. And I'm like, "All right, cool, bro." I think so. He usually will ask, and he'll like, "Do we have enough copies?" Like we have to make sure that anything that was ordered we send out first. So he's like, "Do we have enough copies?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, send them those. We're good." So that was pretty funny.
How come you didn't send your, your secret comic shame Unnatural to him, and he didn't get to see those pig titties?
Well, he is. I asked him. I said, "Can OPB set up a wedding registry for me?" And he said, "I'll just send you a couple books." So here's hoping.
Yeah. Wait, JP or me? Because I'm actually sending you some books too.
No, that's what I did. You said you would send me some books, so I'm hoping you'll throw an Unnatural in that.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
All
I
right,
want to
guys,
see some pig titties.
I do have to head on out. I've got a long day tomorrow.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us, man. Everyone,
thank
check
you,
out
Chris.
Chris's podcast. He's got some awesome stuff. They're all linked down below. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna say it. I don't want to say it wrong. I typed everything out repeatedly what I was gonna say.
Tries to be very
introduce him.
professional.
Okay, ready? Okay, here he goes. Everyone say goodnight to Chris, the host of the World's Finest True Believer and Marvel Alliance podcasts, which are part of the Geek Ultimate Alliance Network. You can find him on Apple Podcasts or wherever you find your podcasts, or on YouTube on the Geekverse Podcast Network channel.
Oh,
Very good.
God.
Wait,
Very nice.
you didn't even solicit your upcoming episode on there, or the fact that
I don't know if I'm
Jess
allowed to
recently
announce.
did one?
You can.
I
You can.
I don't know if I'm
It'll be-
allowed to
it'll be out next month.
announce. Yeah.
It'll be
So
out next month.
you could check out Jess's podcast with him, and mine will be end of next month or sometime next month.
There you go.
Chris
Nice.
is like, I gotta get out of here. They're talking about smut books.
All
I'm not gonna reveal my smut books. I'm out.
He probably has the raunchiest ones too, just because he doesn't seem like the type.
I don't know where that comes from, but all right. Well.
It just appeared in the collection one day.
Okay, have a
All right.
good night, man.
Later.
Good brother.
Later, Chris.
Later.
Why did
I
Jake
feel
put
like
more effort
Illuminati's
into-
probably got some raunchy manga. He's been doing more manga reviews.
Yeah, Tyler,
What's
what's
your-
your
grab
dirtiest
your
book
raunchy-
you have in your collection?
Grab your
Probably
raunchiest
Berserk.
manga.
Berserk is probably the raunchiest.
Berserk's up there.
That's better.
good.
Should I show off a random page of Bomb Queen? I've never read it before. I've never even opened
Jake, we want to still have a YouTube channel after this. This isn't the end.
It's gonna be after this page.
it. Is it good? I can't. What did I pull? No. Is it raunchy?
Yeah, nah.
No, it looks
I
fine.
think you're good. When I was doing review, when Dark Horse first started sending me Berserk, I remember my conversation I had with what was her name? She's not there anymore, but she was the PR lady, and she was like, "You got to be careful because it's got lots of sex." And I was like, "Ma'am, I know Berserk. I know what pages I can show. I'm a pro at this. I've been reading Berserk. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because the deluxe edition, she was worried about, first few pages, right? With the demon sex and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got it.
But
I know.
even that's like light stuff compared to the
Yeah.
stuff later.
Yeah, to compare to the eclipse and all that, and the big horse meme that everybody loves to use.
Yeah.
Should I buy the first Berserk Deluxe?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
Well,
just scared.
you should not buy the first. You should buy the first and second, because until not to be that guy, but it's like, oh, it doesn't really start till the second. But like, read the first, and then the second's the beginning of the golden age, right, Omar?
Oh my god, how many of them
Yeah.
are there?
You,
There's
you need to
12.
buy the first 14 deluxe editions.
No,
'cause
no.
That's
Like-
really where it picks up.
Like, buy volumes 1 and 2, because like honestly, volume 1 feels very different than like the way that it's going to go for a while, and volume 2 is going to give you the first 3 chapters of the golden age.
But number 2's not out. Oh, that's volume 14. Never mind.
That's
14 is the
different
last
than
one.
14.
This is Bunk's way of telling you volume 1 is boring.
But wait.
Excuse me. We talked about
I'm
how
not-
volume 1 is Guts like getting it on with a succubus, and
Which
then
is
him
started out
blowing
great.
her away with a gun arm. If
Yeah.
We have
like
two problems.
in 3 pages you have sex violence, in like that's what you want right there.
And then it's a whole lot of nothing.
Jess and I
So-
reviewed it together on
We did.
Omnibros. On Omnibros, we reviewed volume 1 together because you gave your copy away. And
Oh,
as much as it broke my heart, I completely got it because hey, you don't like manga. You have to have it's that right to left mentality, right? I get it. And also it's so different than the rest of the series because you got this annoying little fairy that's talking to Guts and he's not a very likable character. But you don't get to find out until like the whole beginning of his background story, which is the golden age. So then it didn't grab you, and I get it. You know, I respect that.
Guys, you're giving Isabel more
forgot about
ammunition
Puck.
for me to not buy this.
Okay, so if I buy it, 1, I get the book and that'd be awesome. 2, we could film the video where Jordan reads it with his girlfriend, so that's content right there. The only problem is that if I only buy volume 1 and volume 2, I won't save 5%. And
Well, I have a very
And-
easy solution on that one.
but the
Also
only thing
buy
stopping
volume
me
3 and then use the code Braveboyssit at
Are
checkout.
you
to
guys,
save
using
5%
the
on your order.
OmniBuddy code to get your? Like,
what
I
about
know
the
that's
Brave
one
and
of
the
the best
Boys
uses.
code?
Oh yeah, you think I use Omnibuddy? Okay.
So so legit.
you know you do.
You know, obviously, you should be buying from organic price books, but Cycle Cleveland does actually have a good point. Berserk just got added to Hoopla.
Okay,
So-
I'll start it digitally because
Hoopla?
I'm paying for a wedding right now, and I don't think JP's awake to transfer my commission into a gift card. Also, volume 2 is back ordered. What if it takes forever to come, and then like I'm stuck on that cliffhanger of volume 1?
Those are evergreen. They'll come back.
Okay, no, Jordan, stop highlighting other people's codes. Jess is gonna leave. Okay, we'll show it. Use code OmniDog, ship it together. Or
So-
if you don't want to type that many words because that's so long, you can just do
Whoa.
Braveboyssit, which is the SIT stands for ship it together.
Did you
But
get to
wouldn't
pick your own code?
Yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't OmniDog sit like you're telling the dog to sit be perfect?
I can't change it now though.
I'm sure. Stop showing other people's
I love-
codes.
I love the code wars going on right now. This is
There we
great.
go.
Bunk, hop onto the YouTube video and put in my code or our code.
I would, but you know, I have too many buttons.
That shirt is
I'm not
coming
sure what
off by
excuse-
the end of the stream. I love it.
You're making me. Should
Wait,
I go
wait,
put a
this
bu-
shirt?
Should I go?
We're talking about this
Like-
shirt. This
Yeah,
shirt's
you
going on?
drink like half a beer. I love this. You're like
Hey,
the
I'm gonna
cheapest
get a
thing.
button up
This
and
is
show
great.
my
Wait,
chest. too.
wait, what? What?
Yo, look at
What?
you and your trophies.
Ooh,
What?
I didn't know it was a drinking party.
What are you drinking?
What? I thought it was the same can the entire
I
time.
did too.
I know I'm
Dude,
sneaky like that, but if Oma's gonna call me out like that,
I was gonna call you out. Looks like we need to go out drinking then. That's
I'm-
good for
I'm
you,
saying,
man.
like,
that shirt's
normally,
coming
like-
off after 4 beers. I'm in. Wait, are these IPAs though?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Yeah, those are.
Oh, this
these
is
are
the
big old
actual
boys.
code.
Yeah.
Use Bunkmaster 6.
I'm
to
I'm
save 5%.
wait, I have said before, and David, you can confirm on this. I'm pretty sure if anyone tries to use Bunkmaster at checkout, you guys add $2 to the order, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
We're punishing you for using.
Yeah,
that
you're
code.
like, oh, you think that dude has a code? No, you're paying more for that, and you can't get around that by deleting that code or adding something
Jake,
else.
sorry to put them on, but
Oh!
I gotta say,
Wow.
this is the weirdest bachelor party
I
I've
you
enjoyed
ever.
didn't
this.
even
I love you
build
all.
up.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Is that what we're doing? I'm going. I'm gonna listen. Let's go.
Jess is going. You guys,
This is what we're gonna
you guys
do?
scared Jess with your sexiness.
Oh my god! I guess this is what we're doing now.
You guys know I have a $sign tattoo from when I was in high school.
No.
No.
I do now.
Look on Omar's face; he's gonna leave too.
I'm good. I go to the gym, so I'm always around naked dudes.
Hey.
Just pieced out though.
Oh yeah, Jess does not like.
Where did we
shirtless
start?
dudes.
What has happened?
Did we lose Bunk?
Someone pull up the photo of OmniDog dressed as Wonder Woman. That'll be his, since he left.
Oh, that's a.
If this was on Twitch,
This is chilly. It's cold in here.
are you guys in the same house?
No.
Yeah, Jordan's downstairs with my mother-in-law.
His shirt's coming off. This is such a weird relationship you two have. I swear. Look at David.
yeah.
Man.
I know.
I have.
Wait, I take it back. This is actually
Me and-
a very similar bachelor party I've been to.
Me and Jordan take jokes way too far. So there was one time, it's probably a bad story to tell, but he worked at Best Buy, and
Oh my god.
I used to work at that Best Buy, but these were all new people I'd never met before. So I came out and I'm like holding Jordan's hand and I'm like, hey guys, I'm Jordan's boyfriend. And they're like, what? They're like, what? They're like, is this real? And to seal it, I kiss him on the lips and then just walk away and drive away. Did they ever find out that was a joke?
No, I've left it as such. And make sure Jake has a new. What's that mean?
I don't know what that means.
What is?
It's his mother-in-law, not mom.
Ah, there we go.
Now the magic on the mics.
What's up, Omni Nation?
Omni
Day,
Nation, we miss you, man.
Yeah, me too. Miss you, Day Day.
Best Buy Bachelor Studies. Bunk vanished to go use the bathroom after drinking those 18 cans.
It's all jokes till Jake ends up pregnant.
I'm so glad
Just
finally
cats for
someone
me.
said Jake was the woman in the relationship.
I'm clearly you're the power bottom. I'm the
Wait,
assertive
is
one.
It's always sunny. Are you guys like arguing who gets to be the power bottom
Yes.
because of your strong quads and how your thrusting action that you have?
Yes.
Listen, it's all about being a power bottom. Thank
Hey,
you.
Did we scare Jess away? What happened?
Yeah, he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys started taking their shirts off, and he just had a lot of weird flashbacks, and he had to bounce.
I don't know what's weirder, everybody with their shirts off or me and Omar with our shirts on.
Yeah.
No,
I think that's
Tyler, don't even
here's the thing.
pretend that you have the biggest cleavage going on right now with that V-neck. That
I honestly
extends
feel like
outside
with
of the
that
frame
V-neck,
right
yeah,
now.
with that V-neck, he's showing more skin than all of us.
Exactly. Like I have an entire section of my body that is exposed, and you're still showing off more than I am right now.
So who else is just trying to flex as hard as they can right now to not look bad on stream?
Oh no! Hey, I don't have to look good on stream. I'm getting married, so I don't have to look good.
God.
Listen. Once you get married, you kind of can just be like, "Oh, I'm done. I don't have to try that hard anymore."
Oh, see, I'm not married, but I'm essentially married.
Okay, we got a text from Jess. Here is his excuse and he said, "Sorry, dude, but I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Keep having fun." So it wasn't the shirts, or it was the shirts, and he's making an excuse.
Oh
Yeah, I thought for a second you were saying it was your Jess, and she was just like, "How are you choosing to spend your bachelor party?" And
No, if you want to know, she said, "Heading home. Are you still on it?" And I said,
Why-
"Yes, we're getting naked."
Why are you
and she
doing the
sent
titty
laughing
dance?
emoji.
I think the better question is, Jordan, is why are you not doing the titty dance?
Because mine are hidden. mine's behind a mic.
All the male nudity made Jess hungry. I feel like Jess is gonna screenshot our shirts, our bellies, and put it behind his omnibus next to his stripper DVDs.
Alien strippers.
See, this is where like being a YouTuber that no one watches helps in my favor. Like anyone else here is like liable to be made a GIF and being canceled, but like you can't cancel what no one else is watching. So I got you guys.
What up, DBZ All Star?
Steve, hit us with one of those Best Buy stories. Oh, Tyler, yes, you are back to Shirts Unbuttoned. Yeah, nothing. You didn't miss anything. This is just this is how we be. I did give you a shout out. We were talking about Astro City, and I showed off this right here.
I like this. What does this mean? Jake has done all the work. He put out the lure. He reeled in the fish. He's good to go.
Are we the fish? Is Jess the fish?
I think
I don't know.
Omni
By
Dog?
Jess, I think my fiance Jess is the fish.
Are we the cow? Like who? That's a John
Is-
Mulaney joke.
Who's buying the milk for free?
Oh, I actually do like that one.
That's a
I,
great joke.
Didn't I play it for the four of us? Like, because Jordan said he would propose to his girlfriend in the next 10 years. So and they've been together like 7 years. So I played that. just
I've
to
known
instigate.
her for 10 years, but we've only been dating for almost 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Steve has a good question. That all sounds like a super fun way to do it.
Yeah, how come you guys didn't get paintball, karaoke, and potential? Well, we have David. We got a potential dancer. Okay, if you could have one stripper dressed up as one superhero, male or female, who would that person be dressed as?
Homelander.
Ew.
Big
God
Barda.
bless America. Oh,
Oh,
Nightwing.
oh yeah, oh yeah. That I think that sealed it.
That's
Good one.
Yeah.
That's
Sign
phenomenal.
Omar's gonna say Colossus.
Well, I said Big Barda. Colossus. Yeah, Big Barda, Power Girl, Rogue,
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Oh,
Good one.
Harley Quinn. Like there's too many.
we can't
Too
have
many
Harley
that
Quinn
could be
because
answered.
Jess already dipped in her.
He didn't just dip; he
It's my 20
dipped.
Hey,
What do
welcome to
you
21.
like?
Wow, someone I'm older than?
Green Lantern Corpse. That's the only answer.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But before you buy that, buy the 3 Jeff Johns Green Lantern.
And there's a code for that, isn't
And
there?
then you can
That's
use
right.
thank you.
What code would that be that you could save 5% on a purchase of 3 books or more?
I
It's
think it
somewhere-
was
somewhere here.
Bunkmaster Sit.
No. That will add.
No, that
5%
makes it more
to
expensive.
your- Yeah, no, that.
I also feel like this GIF is super fitting. It's from the TV show BoJack Horseman. What is this? A crossover episode?
I like the loading bar at the bottom on that too. Oh yeah, there it goes. There it
There we
goes.
go,
There it
there we
goes.
go.
Yeah.
Hey.
That pouty cat is Jess when we took our shirts off.
Wait, Jess, your fiance or Jess Omnidog?
I keep getting
'Cause
confused too.
Because
I'll
honestly,
say-
I think Jess, your fiance, is probably for it.
That is confusing. I don't know how to fix it. I can say pretty Jess for Omnidog. I mean, my fiance.
Who are you calling Pretty Jess?
My fiance.
Yeah.
Which no one told me for like the first few days that fiance is spelled differently by the gender. I'm currently casting this. Did they walk out or did they sit down and enjoy?
It's a great question.
He said
Did
they
they
walked
also
in. He
have
did not say they walked out. So I think that tells you what you need to know.
Listen, nothing says straighter than having 4 men.
Oh,
shirtless
thick
to
boy
open for-
Jordan!
I need to retake that photo. I need a better version of it.
I don't think we have the gauntlet anymore.
My family just walked in.
Omar, don't pretend you're not part of this. You've been Goldbluming all night.
I know.
I like how he's laying down in the middle with all the shirtless men around him.
Yeah.
I go to the gym. I'm around naked dudes. Man, we moved back to the town we used to live in. We went to Walmart the other night, and I was like, I've seen that dude naked. I was telling Melanie, I've seen that dude naked. I've seen that guy naked.
Are these just average thoughts that you're having?
Absolutely.
Sorry, my therapist mode kicked in.
Now,
Jordan
quick
walks
question,
around
Omar.
and says, I want to see that person naked. I want to see that person.
I haven't said that.
These guys that you're seeing naked, are they older guys? Because that is
Oh
like,
yeah, most of them because I
Yeah.
would go like at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they're usually older dudes. That,
Yeah.
yeah.
because it like so my work has a gym, and that's the one that I use, and I have seen a number of like very high up people in the company completely naked, and like they don't try to hide anything. Like they've had full on conversations with me, just like bearing everything out, like not even a towel. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
sort of
man.
like,
I mean, you get to be a certain age, you just don't
It's-
care.
yeah, and I'm,
It's a power move, actually.
and I'm just like doing my thing, like talking into my locker, and just like
They prop their
Yep.
legs up,
They're-
balls all out, and you're like,
they're Captain Morganing, like
Oh, yeah.
somehow.
I feel like you
yeah.
got to do it back to them. Otherwise, you're never going to move up. You know, they need to see that you're comfortable.
Oh,
in
I'm
your
asserting their
naked body.
dominance. How,
I mean, I've been
it's shared
very
the-
lucky with my company, but you know, maybe that is the thing. Like maybe like the difference between me and a board seat is the fact that like I haven't just like turned back to Kurt and been like, "What up, Doe?"
You'll get to be a certain age.
I feel like
Ben,
we're
and
losing
you'll do
David
that.
slowly.
Losing me?
I just saw you like, oh, why am I here?
No, I'm sorry.
David, I haven't
Where's
heard
that?
Booty
Where's
Man
that
once
whatnot?
this-
What's
this,
that whatnot energy? We want to
yeah,
see the
like-
dancing. Well,
I've not
grab
heard
a
Booty
book.
Man,
We can sell a book right now.
He's like, it's 1 a.m.
It's technically it's about to be midnight for me, and
yeah,
you know,
which means that you're an hour before like half of us here.
that's
so-
that's actually very true. Yes.
It's 12:58 right now.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking about the gym. Omar talking about old guys, and like I thought to myself, I've been thinking to myself, the older I get, the less I care when I go to the gym now. Like I'll sit in the sauna now. Like I'll have a towel wrapped around me, but before I'd be like I'd be like, nah, listen, I don't care anymore. Like I'm never gonna see these guys again anyway. It doesn't matter. Go in naked, let it hang out. Why not?
So the question is am I gonna get worse because I've already posted like photos of my butt like naked on Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Listen,
yeah.
yeah.
am I gonna get worse? Because like I went to like a nude beach in San Diego and like I was like skipping.
Was
Like
it
it was
Black
fantastic. Yeah.
Yep, I've
And
been
like
naked on that one
you
too.
go down this like kind of steep thing,
Mhm.
and before I
There's
even
a
hit it,
awesome
I
cliff
was
face. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
My daughter's first beach. We were in France.
Oh,
and
no.
It was like a nudist beach, and I was like, well, it's just naked people. It's not
Yeah.
a big deal. Like
Mhm.
the more you make a big deal about it, the more they'll ask questions and stuff. They were cool, and it wasn't like everybody was naked, right? It was just that you had the option to be.
So that was what weirded me out because as I was walking down this like steep area to get to Black's Beach, there were families walking up with their kids, and I was like, "Is this the nude beach? Like, did I go to the right beach?" And then I got down below to the beach, and I was like, "Yup." As these old naked men were playing beach volleyball, like the scene in Top Gun.
By the way, the only naked people on Black's Beach are dudes. Like no naked women. It's all just dudes. Just
That's very
letting
much
brain
true.
fly.
Always the case, I feel like.
Highway to the danger zone. And we
Now
all
we're
high-five.
demonetized.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
it.
David,
That's what-
David, that's a different scene. The volleyball is playing with the boys.
That's right. That's right.
Playing with the boys.
Got it. Yes, you're right. You're right. Highway to the danger zone. They play when you see the ships land. and they're like, yeah.
Kenny Loggins, man, that was nice.
Yeah, that's right. The
I like
new
it, I
one
like-
was pretty good too. Very homoerotic
Oh, yeah.
as well. Loved it.
Oh,
I gotta
yeah.
watch that as a double date with Jake and Jess.
Oh,
It was
y'all need
fun.
to get more money from YouTube. Well, we accept super chats now.
When do
I'll
we
take the rest of the shirt off? I'll take the rest of the shirt off for $1.
You're selling
Listen, you can get it for
so
free on
cheap,
his Insta.
Jake.
So. Well,
You just
it's
told
free
everybody on
Instagram.
your Instagram you were mooning people. You're selling yourself
Okay.
really cheap.
In
You
my
don't even-
defense, I was wearing an apron on the front and I was baking bread and I said dat ass dough, but I spelled dough like bread dough. So I
We
thought
get
it
it.
was
So what I'm hearing
we
is
get it.
nudity is like totally allowed as long as there's
Oh, yeah.
wordplay involved.
yes.
I mean, even when there wasn't wordplay, there's Jake still had nudity involved. I've
I know
seen,
one time I
seen a lot.
one time I was messaging JP and he said like I think he said David would strip for me on camera. And I was
I
like,
don't
so would
doubt
I,
it.
man. So would I. It'd be a cheap gift card too. It'd be like $10 to OPB. Would-
So when does the Breaking the Boys nude calendar come out?
It'd be me for 11 of the months and then 1 month of you clothed.
Oh dang! He's calling you out there, Jordan. Are you gonna take
Uh,
that, or are you hanging brain?
I'm a power bottom, of course I'm taking it. Oh, fuck. What's this one?
Oh, all right. Hit us with this, Steve.
Oh, I think he already did. There was like several.
Have I been missing out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
he's
you were
been telling a
distracted.
bunch of stories on it. I've been reading those too.
What I'm reading is there was a man who was thrusting and made a first baby.
And that's
Oh my
right.
God, what? It was the okay. 3 weeks later, I walked to the hub, the Best Buy break room to get my jacket. Well, there was a mistake. Oh my god, it was a media rep with the front end lead. A month later, oh my gosh.
Can we hear more about this?
Listen, what
Scroll up.
that has
Well,
to be in like the SDR, right?
Steve, I'm trying.
I'm not gonna take a new photo with my
like
cat.
this side of Ben. I feel like I could hang out with this guy.
I mean, bro,
You know what? We should do this more often.
Columbus Comic Con is in December.
You'll get a few drinks and go out and get some cock.
Yeah,
Yes,
we can.
cock
we can
doesn't
find
mean
some
what
queens.
cock doesn't
We can
mean
pick
what
up
you
some
think it
cock.
means.
Sometimes I second guess myself about sharing stories.
Just whenever that happens, just remind yourself that everyone who's hearing those have paid at least $5 a month to hear those stories.
That is so true.
Turn on the fun Best Buy. I still work there, so technically.
You work at Best Buy?
Technically, I'm an auto installer. I work on cars.
At Best Buy?
He
Yeah.
works on the
Like your
weekend.
radios and stuff?
Yeah, radio, speakers, amps. That's the weekend job.
That's awesome, man. What do you do during the week?
I'm a behavioral therapist, so I work with children with
How
disabilities.
you and Jake met?
He hangs out with me for he hangs out with me for research on his book.
Nicely done, Omar.
Yeah,
I raise a drink to you for that one.
You didn't need an excuse to raise a drink.
Yeah,
My,
what number is
I mean, a night had gone on that I hadn't done it. That just was the time to do it. You know what? All right, Omar, I raise a drink to you on that one.
Dude,
that
I
20?
should've been
Omar?
drinking. I did.
All right, sorry, David. David, you got this one. Tyler,
Yes.
Yes.
Funk Master B. I can't
and
wait.
y'all
to
Brave Boys.
see tomorrow.
Hey.
Put it up, guys.
Oh, you know what? The only liquid I got is my water.
As long as you're drinking, it's fine.
Water, yeah. Get it.
I'm drinking a Liquid Death Convicted Melon.
I still don't get those liquid deaths. Like,
Yeah, me either.
Oh, they're so good.
They're
You gotta be
finishing
in
a
prices
cranberry
up here.
bourbon.
Is Psycho Cleveland still in the chat? Yeah. God, what is wrong
I
with-
don't drink alcohol.
well,
Yeah.
that's why he's saying none for you.
Jake, none for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm so
Yeah.
close to getting okay. So when I hit a year sober, which is in less than 30 days, I get my biggest whale. So I gotta it's already bought for me. It's one room over hidden, but I get my I get the absolute JLA versus Avengers.
You know that's
JLA
very
Avengers.
something, right? Like next year.
No,
Just kidding.
I
Too
bought
easy,
Jordan.
Omar. It's too
Before
easy.
you even open it up, I'll announce a reprint.
How many books did you announce a reprint of on our live stream that I said I just bought that or
It's really it's a weird feeling, right? Because I know somebody's like cursing or somebody's happy. It's
Dom, you could be here showing off your chest too.
like oh my god, Omar! I think it was Omar's channel who said that like JLI 3 might never happen. So I sold volumes 1 and 2 to Illuminati, and then a week after I sell them to Tyler, Omar announces JLI Volume 3. That's because of me, people.
That's how it's done.
You're welcome
Tyler,
for the
no,
7
Tyler,
soldiers,
did
by
you
the way.
know?
No. I wanted those for a while. I had to get those.
They're good. I can't believe anybody would sell them.
Y'all welcome for 7 soldiers, by the way. I bought it, and what was it?
Wait.
A week later.
7 Soldiers is getting a reprint. Wait,
You don't like Grant Morrison though, so why would you want it?
Exactly.
I
Yes,
read
I
that
did this
digitally,
last
and I was like, I don't understand why people are like huge on this, but
because of the artwork. It's beautiful.
who? There was one super big name that like was it Joelle Jones? Was she on that? Like, there was some female artist, wasn't there? That's like amazingly talented who was on that. Because it's what is it? 4 or 5 series on that one.
We've had J.H. Williams, Doug Mankey,
Okay.
Urban guy with the Spider-Man meme. What Frazier, that guy.
Spider-Man?
Who else was on that book? I'm trying to think. He did The Witch Boy. Mankey did.
Maybe I'm just thinking of J.H. Williams, and I'm like, yeah, that's awesome.
Who reads comic? Who reads comic for the art? Writers, all that matter. That's almost complete sentences.
Close.
Josh, you need to read
Clearly
more.
That's the writing of an artist right there.
He's working on art.
Okay,
Me
here's
no
my
read
funny-
good. Me draw pretty.
Here's one of my funny jest stories. So before
Your
I left
wife
for
or
Omnidog, sorry, Omnidog. So
Dude, you need to call him Omnidog.
Sorry,
I'm
I'll say
confused.
Omnidog.
I'm like, how
Okay,
close are
One of my
you?
Omnidog
Wait.
stories.
Also, real quick, if you're going to tell a Jess story and we've been confused all night, you need to tell a Jess fiance's funny story after this.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do my best. So
All right, Jordan, tag in the
told
P cousin.
I told Josh, I was like, hey man, I'd really like to read Bang, but I don't really like the Webtoons website or whatever. And he sends me a PDF copy of the first like 17 issues of Bang. So I read it all and I get to the ending and it's like this super sweet, nice message to Omnidog about like how much his channel means to him, how many times he's watched his channel while he's drawing. And then I get to Jess's house and I'm like, hey man, like, have you read like the PDF copy of Bang that Josh sent you? He goes, he didn't send me a PDF copy. I'm like, yes, he did. It's like custom made for you. So I show him the ending, and it was just really funny that like he didn't even realize that there was a super sweet message to him, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna read it, and we're gonna do a video on it today. We're gonna do a video on it like when you come over that day, and then he got distracted by the chat, and it never happened.
That sounds like Jess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no one is surprised.
Thanks,
by
Bunk,
that.
for having my back. Aren't you driving, or are you downstairs?
Jess, I have talked multiple times about how, like, now that we are all shirtless, like, we want you to be shirted and come and hang out with us.
No girls at the bachelor party because she
Wait,
invited me to the
never
bridal
mind.
shower. Are you reading Bang?
Got Bang right here. Ta-da!
Heck yeah! Everyone should go check out Bang.
Or you can.
Why did every YouTube channel get one but us?
Oh, I feel like this is a private conversation you should be having and not on the air.
Oh, how'd she get here? It's late.
Josh, is Omar going to show up? I don't know what that means.
I'm right here. That's Jay. That's Jordan. All the J's sound the same. I get it.
Oh, I know. For a while, we thought that like our rule would be to only have people with J's work on our channel. So Jake, Jordan, and then we had James in the chat. Josh was a mod, and then we added the unstoppable jar.
So dumb. That was a good joke. That went on for a little too long.
I think we should call it because I think my fiance is downstairs. Guys, thank you so much.
Wait, we're not gonna get like she's about to marry you, and we're not gonna get her on.
I know.
Stream
Where's
at
the
all.
Okay, Jess, if you're still watching, come up and say hi if you want to. But wear your bride crown that you were wearing earlier today.
Oh, is it the one I was wearing?
Better yet, give it to Jake to wear.
Yes. Can I wear your sash and crown?
An actual bachelorette party, or did she do a stream with her friend?
Had a bridal shower today. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, she actually just got home right now. It says the kitchen door was unlocked.
Okay. You said she had a bridal shower?
About to be robbed.
She had a bridal shower today, and then she's also having her real bachelorette party after the wedding in October.
That's how that works.
Oh, okay. When is your actual bachelor party?
Mine will be October 13th.
Who's putting that together for you?
Jordan and my friend Misha.
Okay, cool.
Now, Jordan, do you have my number? I know Jake has it. Do you have my number?
Oh, I'm gonna need you to DM me on Discord for that guy. I don't have that one yet.
Yeah, the problem is you don't check Discord, so
wow.
I know I'm not invited.
What state?
Thanks, Dick.
We're California.
Oh my
California,
God, California. Where are you, Tyler? What state are you in?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, dude, are you doing Baltimore Con?
No, it's actually on the day I'm getting married. So,
well, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Did you have a normal bachelor party, or did you do?
Yeah.
Wait, did people get shirtless at your bachelor party?
I guess because it was a cruise, so technically.
Oh, it was a boat. You did say that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's awesome, dude. That's a hell of a bachelor party.
David, how many shirtless dudes did you have at your bachelor
Don't
party?
answer that question, Tyler. Do not answer that question.
No, David. David.
Oh, thank you so much.
Tyler already said he had shirtless dudes.
Oh, okay. Well, he was on a boat. You have to have.
Yeah, exactly. So he's already said it
David,
happened.
you're in
so
Texas.
I am in Texas. Yeehaw! My bachelor party sucked. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know why. My brother, who was the best man, decided to host do the bachelor party 3 hours before I was supposed to get married, and he decided to do airsoft. Yeah, and then I'm like, bro, we're gonna be tired. Like he said for like all of the guys for all my court to go, and he's like, no, it'll be fine, dude. It'll be fine. And I got like married in like April in Texas, which is already like at 90 degrees. So we were out there playing airsoft for 3 hours. And when we go to get ready, and like all of us are tired. I'm talking about like, I think I fell asleep for like 10 minutes in the shower when I was getting ready for my wedding.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah, real bad idea. Yeah, but I actually have the worst bachelor party story of all time, and I'll tell you if we have time.
We have time right now.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for Jess to walk up.
Strap in. So it's my best friend's wedding. It's my best friend's wedding. I planned this whole thing. Now, first off, I don't know what happened. I forgot to do an Airbnb. So we arrive in Austin with nowhere to go, and there's the guy, obviously the groom, myself as the best man, and he had eight. Yeah, we were eight total for his court. So we have nowhere to stay. So we are like going to hotel. We unfortunately went to Austin when it was the same week as South by Southwest. So there was nowhere to stay at. We ended up booking an Airbnb for like $2,000 for one night.
Whoa.
So we were like, okay, let's make the best of it. We're gonna go out to drink. We got ready. We went out we got steaks. Now all of us were like, okay, we want to look cool, so we all dressed up in suits. Let's go get some steaks, and then we'll go drink afterwards. And we're like, cool, let's do that. Real nice dinner. Then we went to 6th Street in Austin. Is it 6th Street? Yeah, the ones with all the bars.
Yeah, 6th Street in Austin is the one that has the bars.
Yes, right. So we were going down like just bar hopping basically. We finally saw a bar like on the second story. We're like, let's go there and chill. We went over there, and we were basically trying to get him as drunk as possible to have the best night ever. He gets drunk, and then while we're up there on the second story, he starts dancing with this one girl, and like he danced with her for like 2 hours straight. We're all there, obviously, like just kind of checking in on him. I decided to be DD, so I'm like, all right, I won't drink. Everybody else just get plastered. I don't care. So he dances with her for 2 hours. She leaves, and he goes from like super energetic, all like that, dives down to like quiet. He goes stand on the balcony of the bar. We all come around him. He's like, "Hey man, what's up? What's going on?" And he's like, "That girl looked just like my ex-girlfriend." And he's like, "I don't know if I want to get married." This is like a week before his wedding. We're like, what are you talking about? He's like, I think I've made a mistake. I think I need to call off the wedding. And then at the same time, one of the other guys in the court is like, you know what? I can't even find a girlfriend. I'm just gonna jump off of the roof right now. He's drunk as well. So he puts his leg over the balcony like he's gonna jump off. All of us go and grab him to stop him. While we do this, the groom decides to take off running. So when we are in the second story pulling that one friend back, we look down and all we see is the groom come out out of the door into the street. He looks up at us and he takes off running. I'm talking about full on sprint. This guy played soccer all throughout high school and university, so he is gone. I'm the only one sober, so I tell one of the other guys, you need to go chase him. And so we get downstairs with the drunk guy who tried to jump off the top. The guy that we sent to chase after the groom, we see him. So I have to take care of the one who's now crying because he can't find a girlfriend. And I'm like, listen, I need to we basically do a train. I'm like, you need to follow him and then we all basically have to follow each other to catch the groom who's taking off down the street. And like every time he would see us, he would just take off running again. And then I told him, okay, I'm gonna put you down on these steps like in the middle of Austin. I said I have to go get the car because I'm not gonna deal with 7 drunk guys. So I go get the car. I pick up the car. I come back. As I'm coming back looking for where I left them off, they're not there. So I'm like, okay. So I start driving down the streets of Austin, and this is like 2 a.m. Next thing I know, I find them at the Capitol building of Austin, basically the steps to the main story. All of them are there hugging each other and crying. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they're all crying. And then he's like, I don't think I can get married. And then the guy is like, I can't even find a girlfriend. One guy's like, I have 3 kids and I have no money. I can't afford this sort of lifestyle. And then one of the other guys is like, I think my wife is like, they're basically spilling their guts. So they think they're cheating on each other. This guy, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm the only one sober. So I'm like, okay, we gotta go home. But unfortunately, we had gone to Austin in different cars, right? So we had to park in downtown. So then the groom has this super, super, super nice, like completely modified Subaru SRX, if you know what that is. It's like this really nice Subaru. And he's like, no, I'm not leaving my car in Austin. So he went from being depressive drunk to now angry drunk. And he's like, I'm not leaving my car. And I'm like, okay, well, none of us can drive stick shift. This car's a stick shift. You're the only one who can drive it. I'm like, you need to just park it from off the street. You're going to go in, and because you know how in Austin there's like parking lots that you can purchase to park there. I'm like, okay, you need to go there and drop it off. And then he's like, okay, I'll do that. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll follow right behind you in my car to make sure you don't do anything dumb. Well, tell me why. He gets in his car, he starts going, and he passes the parking lot, and then he takes off driving, and he is hammered, and I'm behind him with 6 drunk guys in the car. I'm the only sober guy, and I'm like, this guy's gonna die. So he takes off. I take off in my car. So we're going down in Austin, driving like, basically Grand Theft Auto style. He pulls up to a church, a random church, goes up to the steps and starts peeing on the door of the church. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I had to pee. And I'm like, oh my God. So while he's peeing, I have to come up behind him and grab his keys so he can't drive off. So we leave the car in the parking lot of the church. We had to come back the next day to get it. And so we go home, we go to the Airbnb like at that point, and then he's still, saying he has to call off the wedding. I took his phone, obviously, because he was going to call his wife, his girlfriend, fiance, to cancel it. The next day, of course, he woke up and he said, I'm glad I didn't do that. He did end up getting married, but that was like the worst bachelor party of all time.
Wow. Are they still married, David?
Yes. Yes. They
How long ago was that?
This was in.
I'm just kidding.
This was in 2018. They just had their kid had their first birthday, so yeah, they're still together.
So they've been married for 5 years, and this dude has spent the whole time trying to call off the wedding.
No, he it was definitely like that drunk.
When you guys vouch, I never said call off the wedding at my bachelor party.
No,
no.
I 100%. Jake said, I am so committed to Jess that I want no temptations here. I want to see nothing but male temptation from all of you.
Right.
So that's why we're going here.
Was it Jess or Pretty Jess?
Pretty Jess.
Oh, yeah. Another one.
Congratulations, Jess.
Congratulations, yeah.
Jess, this is awesome. Amazing. Congratulations. We're so happy for both of you.
Yay,
Thank you guys for doing this tonight. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. If you want to dance, all bachelor parties need to dance.
David, speaking of dance, can we get a booty man ending to this?
Oh, I thought you wouldn't ask. Hold on.
Let
me find it real quick.
This is why Omar came to the stream in the first place.
That's right. Listen.
Is Grayson gonna dance with us too?
This is Dick Grayson right here. Our real night meeting. Isn't that she let me name my first cat after Darth Vader, so we have Vader, and she let me name my second cat Grayson. Wait, don't play a song. We'll get you monetized, or our video will get taken down, right?
Oh, you're right. Shoot. Yeah, you're right.
Song.
Okay,
Look
Tom,
at that
make music
booty.
for him.
Tap me the booty.
Hey, hey.
Now it's a bachelor party.
Now it's a bachelor party. Jake, be good to your future wife because otherwise she'll be entitled to half your Emmys. Yes.
Yes.
Omar
Yes.
to make the next 27 breaking news videos. This is the longest stream Omar has ever done. The music has me more nervous.
Okay, the show's plane is in the air. The landing gear is up. This is Tim Booty Wilson and the Booty Callers. They call it Booty Man. Look at that booty. Show me the booty. Give me the booty. I want the booty. Back up the booty. I need the booty. I like the booty. I want the booty. Shaking
Okay,
that
good night,
booty.
guys.
Pop
Everyone
out
keep
the
reading
booty.
and stay
I want the
brave.
booty. Load the booty. Bring on the booty. Give up the booty. Load that booty.